welcome back to episode 356 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast.
It's your friendly neighborhood hockey-loving goofballs. Welcome to the Gong Show.
Happy New Year, hobby family. Happy New Year, boys. How are you?
Hey.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hungover.
Are you?
You don't look like it. The year 2026 is crazy. We started this podcast in 2022.
4 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good job by you, Josh. Good job by you.
Good job by all of us. Okay, we're in full disclosure. I'm going to break the space-time continuum here to kick off the show because I had a very funny conversation with Dave last night about we're recording this a little bit before New Year's, in part because Dave is coming to Minnesota soon to come to the World Junior Championships, which are here.
Yeah, I'm technically there right now with you.
You're here right now. Weird, but you look like you're not.
Because I'm super warm and you're not.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's the point. So Dave at one point was like, hey, should I bring like my hockey skates so we could go like skating at an outdoor rink? And I'm like, well, let me check, Dave. It's like, you'll be here on Monday. It'll be -3. Then it'll be -7 down to the next day. And I'm pretty sure Dave was trying to cancel his flight while we were on the phone. So are you prepared to come to the frozen tundra of Minnesota?
I got my snow jacket, which I only wear when I'm on a ski mountain.
Snow hockey skates? Snow jacket? What is happening down there? Oh, my God. Hockey skates. They're skates. That's what they are. They're skates.
And
it's not ice hockey. It's hockey.
And you put on a jacket.
Here, Philip.
Winter coat.
I have my winter coat, and Josh told me to bring my mittens because
mittens.
I don't wear mittens.
Did he say mittens?
So.
Oh, I'm a mitten guy all the way. I'm a choppers. I'm from the Iron Range. Choppers. Chop, chop.
Yeah, but choppers, not mittens.
Well, my carry-on bag is going to be completely overflowing with snow clothes. I'm not going to have any room for anything else.
Snow clothes.
What kind of boots you boys rock in Minnesota? Sorels, Kamex? What do you?
Wait, am I supposed to bring boots?
No, not Dave. Don't worry. Yeah. Wear tennis shoes, California.
I have walking winter boots that I think are Merrell's. And then, and then I go all the way to my ice armor, ice fishing boots if I really need to be warm.
Oh, yeah, you go
they're
big.
About the equivalent of, remember moon boots from the 80s? That's pretty much
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I have Sorels too.
Do you wrap your foot? Do you put your foot in a plastic bag and then put your foot into your boots still? Remember?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
No. What I should get is mucklucks. Like I was up at my dad's winter solstice party and all like the hardcore outdoorsmen, Iron Rangers, wear the Native American mucklucks, and like the sled dog people wear those things are kind of amazing. But yeah, so okay. Well, it's our first show of 2026, and so what I want to do, when this for my kids, my older kids especially, and the girlfriend are big into vision boards, and they insisted that everything that they put on their vision board last year just about came true. And so what I wanted to start off with is a little state of the Gong Show, a audio vision board, given we don't have pictures made for it. But basically, I want to speak into existence some of our goals, as I see it anyways, and you guys feel free to chime in anywhere you want for what we hope to accomplish with this crazy endeavor that we call the Gong Show in 2026. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but here's my goals. And again, chime in where you want to. Always and always and always, we can't stop, we won't stop on our quest to look better, sound better. What we mean by look better is, listen, we're already 4 incredibly handsome guys. I don't know what we could possibly do to look any better in that department. And so when I say look better, I'm talking about video quality, crisper pictures, better surroundings, better ambiance, that sort of thing. And then sound better is the bane of our existence. It's audio, which is tougher than you could ever imagine if you've never done this before. But we're going to make some big steps next year in that regard, I hope. We want more fun content. We want to push the boundaries around here. We're trying to move past with our show. Not that it's bad, but we just are more interested in I guess, traditional hobby content. We want to be sillier. We want to be more cinematic. We want to tell more stories. We want to have more, like, what do you call them, like skits or that sort of thing. And we'll have a podcast, of course, always, and that'll be the talking head version of what we do. But will allow us to do what we care about most, is stretch our creativity and try to push the boundaries there and try to get better and better in that regard. And I think you guys would all agree with that we're going to try to do some really fun stuff in 2026.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's a big one. Flex the creative muscles. Big fan. Feel very accomplished when a video is done.
Yeah. And especially when you try something brand new that we've never, and whether it works out or not, it's a new skill that you've developed, and that adds another tool to the toolkit, as they say. I'm going to go right now to the big one, the big, hairy, audacious goal, as they would say in the business world. I don't know if it'll happen, but I definitely want to, and I want to be here next year and have at least the plan in place where we know it's going to happen. We want a studio. We want preferably like a warehouse where we can set up stages like you would have we could have a podcast studio. We could have a news desk.
Bunk beds.
Bunk beds.
Bunk beds are great, man. Sleepovers, movies, popcorn. Come on.
Oh, yeah. If we have a studio, we're definitely going to sleep there a couple nights, and we'll leave
what?
Keep fresh sheets for Louis, but we won't talk about that.
Oh,
and then and what else? Have like green screens where, again, my wish and goal for our group here is to create a playground where we can, again, going back to what we talked about a second ago, stretch the limits of and push the boundaries of hobby content forward. And in order to do that, you have to have an environment that is suitable for making that type of content. And so
playground was well said. That's the best way. I'd love to wake up and I want to go to a place, like going to work. You know, if staying idle, you lose your mind, believe it or not.
Well, and people can look this up if they want, but when I was in advertising sales for many years, part of my job was to fly across the country and go to all the big agencies, whether it be New York or Chicago, LA, and anywhere in between.
Bobby Big Wheel over here. But when I was flying as an executive in first class.
No, it sucks. My goal is to never fly again, except for this show.
Yeah, he hates everything about every time we go to the airport. It's like, gosh.
My PTSD from
I hate
it's not.
It's horrible. Airports are a horrible environment.
Traveling for work is really cool when you're like 24 and it makes you feel important. By the time you're 35 and you're on 100 planes a year, you don't like it anymore. Mm-hmm. But anyways, the point in that is there's this agency, it's a media agency in LA where kind of by Warner Brothers studio called OMD. And it's a big warehouse. It's a huge, really inconspicuous from the outside. But except there's this kind of like weird sort of like skyway into it. But how they've set up their building and their office is they built a city. Indoor, there's a main street, there's cafes, there's restaurants, there's candle shops, there's parks. And so if you're going to have a meeting, it's like, well, let's meet in the park. And you have like all these like fake trees, and it's the craziest.
Like Sesame Street.
100%.
Mr. Hooper and Oscar. Oh, this will be great. Yeah, maybe Upper Deck will sponsor us. We could have Upper Deck Street.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought for a long time after going there, and you could bring your dogs there, and people are walking their dogs down the street, and it's like it's a very weird concept on one hand, but if you think about an advertising agency, and especially what separates good ones from bad ones, it's their ability to creatively think outside the box. And you think about like an environment that created and how it, and only in LA would you do something like this, but the amount of creativity that came out of that place. So that's sort of what I envision when I think of our playground, hopefully someday very soon.
Would California Dave be allowed there though? He kicks dogs.
Yeah, he's a dog kicker.
No, I don't. I defend myself. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe we could
I have never attacked a dog. I have only defended myself.
There might be a video of you running over a dog on a scooter and then sort of giving a little parting shot.
A dog. The dog came at me and I defended myself. I did not run over the dog.
Well, the video will tell its own story. Listen, maybe I've heard a rumor that maybe you could get a government grant. I heard getting grants in Minnesota are pretty easy these days. So maybe the government could sponsor a building for hockey cards and the Gong Show.
Although I was telling Josh this, it'd be really nice to build that studio maybe in like SoCal where it's a lot warmer.
Oh yeah.
I'm putting out there wait a minute. Maybe our vision board should also include the outside environment of this studio.
We could do it in California.
We'll pay 800% more taxes. That'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we'll get it for free. Just say we're homeless.
But you just write it off.
All right.
Right.
Moving on. We're not a political show.
Oh God, we need someone from Arizona in our group.
We hope to travel a little bit more, but do some more targeted trips. We're probably getting to the limit of what we can travel anyways, but we'd love some way to get to Vancouver this year and check that box off for, I think, all of us to see what's shaking in the hobby over there. And then probably the second big, hairy, audacious goal is to get to China next summer.
Yeah, baby.
So fun. So fun. You talked to David recently? I wished him a Merry Christmas. He got back to me.
Yeah, and he's willing to help with that, but breaking news, it's really expensive to fly to China. Like, we were looking at flights and we're like, holy cow, that is a lot. That's a big investment.
Like $5,000? Like
no.
4,000 to 4,000 US about.
For the plane ticket.
For the plane ticket. And that's not first class. That's not business class. That's basically Comfort Plus or the tiny step up in coach.
I'm not doing that. The way I flew to Saskatoon, I'm not flying over the Atlantic Ocean for that.
For what?
To go to China? I'm not sitting in an airplane that small.
It's not that small. It would be a big plane.
Oh, I thought you said that. Well, my ticket was cheap and it was like a little.
They have classes of seats. So the more room and the more comfort and the better food is. Business class was like $11,000, and that's not even first class.
I thought all humans are equal.
You can pay for it, right? Coach for like $500, but you're like packed in like a sardine
for like 17 hours. You would pretty much, I think, your head would explode and the plane would crash.
Everybody.
Well, would not me out. Scene. You just have to take me out. Just take me out.
Tranquilize them.
Yeah.
Darken the neck.
3 more things, and then we're going to get started. We want to expand Reloaded, and we're working to do that. Very excited about the first issue for Volume 1 that's coming out in a couple weeks. It's off to be packaged and boxed up right now. We got that done in the last few days. And we're going to do, in the next couple days, probably a pre-order in our Discord. So if you are a big Reloaded fan and want your first crack at it, now would be, and you're not in Discord, it'd be a good time to probably do that. And then we want to build on the momentum of hockeychecklist.com. It's not something that we had hundreds of thousands of checklist views in the first year, and just want to give that a little bit more attention next year. Mm-hmm. Second last thing is we want to continue to grow and expand our Discord community. I look back at last year and I think this is a highlight for me, and we don't get any credit because the community did it themselves, but just how much that's grown and how integral that's become to our show and us, and hopefully it's a great place in the hobby. And so it's an amazing group of people, and I just hope that we can find ways to continue to nurture that and to help it grow and expand. And then lastly, and this is the most important thing, and this, if we had like our Gong Show core values, if we got corporate-y again, and we put them up on the wall like companies typically do, our secret sauce and what we do here is to have fun. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to bore everyone. It's too gratuitous to talk about how many hours we spend, but it's a lot.
Hey, boy.
Yeah, there you go, Phil. The reality is that though we're doing this at our stage of life because I think you tend to realize when you get to our age that you're much more ambitious, probably financially in your 20s and 30s. And you get into 40s and you start to see the end a little bit and realize that all the money in the world doesn't make you happy, and all the ambition serves you to some point. But the blessing of the Gong Show and what we do is to be silly, like Phil says, and have a good time and enjoy each other and enjoy each other's friendship and have fun and hopefully spread positivity into the hobby, where a lot of negativity, rightfully so in some regards, but we want to be a positive voice. And so we don't want to take ourselves too seriously, and we want to laugh and hopefully achieve our goal of making the hobby laugh a little bit more too.
It's hard to argue.
You made a good point of like, I know it's a little dark and morbid, but I'm 44 years old. If I make it to 88, that's a successful life. It's half over. I don't want to spend the rest constantly attacking things I can't control. So I really want to stress that we want to have fun. If we acknowledge something, that's all it is. We acknowledged it. I don't want to dwell. I don't ruminate. That's not good. People, I want to live as long as possible so I can collect all the hockey cards I want and love all the beautiful women and use my snowblower until it dies. So I do not want to spend my time constantly badgering and harping on and ruminating about how, I don't know, some big conglomerate Fortune 500 company is ruining my hobby experience. They're not ruining my hobby experience. They might be ruining a little part of it, but I can adjust. I can pivot. I'm resilient. And you are too, good listener. You are. Everybody is resilient in their own little way. So stick with us. We're very positive, but we're very silly, but we're not naive. I'm willfully naive. I'm willfully ignorant. We are very aware of all the crap going on. We choose not to dwell. So I really think it's important that we flex. We want to be silly and have fun, but that doesn't mean we're not aware of serious situations as well. And we do address them. We just don't beat the shit out of them, right?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
It's the wolf you feed.
There you
That's
go.
what it comes down to. So thank you, everyone, for indulging that. That is our vision board for 2026. We'll see how we do. We'll maybe look back a year from now.
Manifest.
Well, we're going to help kick off the new year with our first Friday nights of Phil in 2026 with our good friend Phil and California Dave. Well, what do we got cooking?
I don't know, Dave. What do we have?
We got awesome guests. So Jay and his wife Jennifer are going to be our guests. They have a new podcast that they're doing called Hockey and Podcast, I believe. And so they're going to come on and share about it, and we're going to learn about their podcast. And Victoria will be back on, and it'll be fun.
Jay's a big Boston fan, so he, for some reason, thinks I hate Pasternak. I don't know. I run with it. I hate David Pasternak. Sure, I don't, but whatever. So I'll make sure Friday is a great time with him and Jennifer. You said his wife's name?
I believe so. I
nice.
apologize if I got that incorrect, but I believe it.
Linda.
Yeah.
When does the Dave and Rebecca podcast start?
Yeah.
I don't know. Although Jay said that he wanted us back on his show in the future. So I believe Baba Louie's going to be on too with his wife. So
Yep.
Oh boy.
All signed up. So Phil, you gotta find that.
Get a wife.
No. I'm good.
We'll
I
hire
many
one.
Phil and his special friend.
Yeah.
That plural.
Yes.
This month's cleaning lady.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Oh, that's Carter.
That's Carter. That's not me. That's not me.
Wow. Shots fired there. Love it.
Mine's from Canada. Luke Carter went international. We're talking about my stuff on the podcast.
Okay. Lastly, but not leastly, before we get started, a reminder that our show, this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, is a Patreon podcast. Well, what does that mean? I'll tell you. It means that we rely on the support of listeners and watchers like yourself to help us cover our expenses. We have big goals in 2026. Going to take some moolah. Continue to produce more and better hockey card content, and then fund initiatives to grow the hobby, even in a small way. You can support our show for as little as $5 a month, US. Be one of the first 999 supporters of our show. You get the Future Watch Gonger title. You also get access to our amazing Discord community where we're kicking off a 5K challenge. We have Behind the Bench, our show with Neil, who's another valuable member of our crew and does an amazing job over there. I've loved his topics lately. A little deep and philosophical, but needed, I think. If you want to support us, it's very easy to do. Just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com, search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description in both YouTube and the podcast apps, and our Instagram and TikTok profiles too. Okay, Baba Louie, a little special show today. We're looking ahead.
We are.
Looking ahead to the hobby in 2026. What's our game plan, bud?
Game plan is, as always, though, starting off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then it's some 2026 hobby predictions. Then we get into some hobby news. After that, it's our own personal goals for 2026. We'll touch on some new product releases and finish up with personal pickups.
Thank you, Louie. Well, no better way to start up the new year with our Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series, where in 2026, we're going to continue to profile every Hockey Hall of Fame player. We started this last year with the very first Hall of Fame class that was elected in 1945 and have since been working our way to the present day. For each Hall of Famer, we do a quick bio, cover why you should care about them, then take a look at their hobby markets. Today's Hall of Famer we're going to learn more about is Toe Blake.
Oh, nice. I know him.
Yeah.
Oh.
How much do you know him? Just the name, or do you have great familiarity?
I very, very minimal. I'll be paying close attention.
Well, Dave's a vintage expert. You must know all about it. Would you just want to go off memory and take this for me?
Yeah,
Dave,
his
or no?
middle name is Pick, right?
Oh, check.
Hilarious. That's the Cutting Edge movie. Great movie, by the way.
My dad joke for the day.
He's a family. He's a family somehow related to Fingers. Jonathan Fingers.
Oh, Johnny Fingers. Johnny Taves.
Finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joseph Hector Toe Blake lived from 1912 until passing away at the age of 82 in 1995. He was born in Victoria Mines, Ontario, and passed away in Montreal. Toe Blake played at 5'10" and weighed 160 pounds.
Montreal, Quebec. Montreal.
Okay. I'm an American. We say it the way we do, and then you adapt. He was a left shot, left wing in a playing career that lasted from 1934 until 1951. He suited up for the Montreal Maroons, and then the Montreal Canadiens. Toe Blake was also a prolific NHL coach, which we will for sure reference, but remember, this series is about profiling largely the Hall of Fame players in their playing career, not necessarily their coaching career. During his playing career, Blake was a 3-time Stanley Cup champion. My mailbag alarm's going off for the show. Oops. Sorry about that. Mailbag. Where was I? 3-time Stanley Cup champion as a player, won the Hart Trophy, won an NHL scoring title in 1939, and captained the Canadiens for the final 8 seasons of his playing career. And then, of course, after he's done as a player, he had an epic 13-year run with the Canadiens as a coach and would win an additional 8 Stanley Cups. Not bad.
Not bad.
Why you should care about Toe Blake. Blake was born on August 21st, 1912 in Victoria Mines, Ontario, grew up in a huge, poor mining town family, and later said it was a big day whenever we got beef drippings instead of lard for school lunches. Oh, gosh.
Delicious.
You going to serve beef drippings for a New Year's celebration? Anyone?
I'd probably try that.
I even know what it is.
Yeah, I don't want to.
That's why I would try it.
Sounds
Want
terrible.
to.
Is that what like a Slim Jim turned into?
Like
It's just
Rocky
a
Mountain
long
oysters.
beef strip.
Oh, gross. They couldn't even afford skates at first. So he started hockey as a goalie in boots and then worked before school hitching horses to the milkman's wagon to buy his own skates. Again, grip before glamour. As a teenager, he played junior around Northern Ontario, and at 19, joined the Sudbury Cub Wolves for their 1932 Memorial Cup run, earning praise for skating and checking. After 3 seasons of senior hockey in Hamilton in the OHA, NHL teams circled, and in February 1935, he finally signed his first NHL deal with the Montreal Maroons. He only played 9 games for the Maroons, plus 1 playoff game, but it was enough for his name to end up in the 1935 Stanley Cup, an early welcome to the show moment. Montreal acquired him in 1936, and the league quickly learned he was fearless. Detroit boss Jack Adams remembered he really went amok as a hell of a competitor. In 1936-37, he got to share a room with his boyhood idol, Howie Morenz. And Blake admitted, hell, he was my hero. I used to call myself Howie. That's weird. By 1937-38, even without topping the scoring chart, he made the NHL's second All-Star team because writers saw the full package: pace, shot, playmaking, and two-way edge. In 1938-39, he exploded. He won the league scoring title with 47 points and took the Hart Trophy, proving he wasn't just a brawler, he was an elite driver. Around that scoring peak, sports writers in a low-scoring era nicknamed him the Old Lamplighter because he kept lighting the lamp with goals. Meanwhile, Toe came from his sister's childhood Hecto mispronunciation of Hector. Well, that's kind of cute.
Okay.
I've been to the Lamplighter.
St. Paul joke.
I think this is more folks know about his post playing career, right? So that's why this is pretty interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When coach Dick Irvin arrived in 1940, he basically pointed at Blake as the standard, naming him captain of the rebuilding Canadiens around his competitiveness and habits. Teammates swore he was built different. Elmer Locke said, darn, he was tough, and told the story of Toe squaring up at center ice asking, which one of you guys wants it first?
I love it. That's great.
In 1943-44, during Christmas break, when Irvin was away, Blake ran practices and reunited himself with Elmer Locke and Maurice Rocket Richard, sparking the birth of the legendary punchline. He became the line's bridge and backbone. Richard spoke no English, Locke spoke no French, and Blake handled translating and leadership. Locke remembered Toe's rule: the way you practice is the way you played.
Sounds like he was. You know how you meet men or women, they're old souls, and then you meet some people that are not old souls. It's their first couple of go-arounds on the planet Earth. Sounds like Toe Blake was a very old soul, very stoic, naturally.
Yeah, and meant to be a coach almost, right?
Yeah, clearly. Well, we'll find out, eh?
We'll find out. Stay tuned for more. The punchline drove Montreal to first place in 1944 by a record margin, and after a Game 1 loss to Toronto, Blake assisted on all 5 of Richard's goals in a Game 2 punchback. Then the Canadiens didn't lose again that postseason. In the 1944 Stanley Cup final clincher, Blake put on a captain's masterpiece: 4 assists and the series-winning overtime goal as Montreal completed the sweep. That same playoff run became a signature Toe Blake stat: 18 points in 9 games, framed as a single postseason record in the era pure big moment production. In 1944-45, the punchline hit an iconic peak. Blake finished with 67 points and helped fuel Richard's 50-50 season, 3 stars with 1 shared engine. In 1945-46, he flipped his reputation by winning the Lady Byng and scored another cup-clinching goal, becoming only the second NHL player to score the cup winner twice. In January 1948, a collision with Rangers defenseman Bill Judza caused a devastating fracture that ended his playing days, but his leadership was so valued, he stayed with the club as a captain everywhere but on the ice. His final playing resume is why he's a Hall of Fame player. 577 NHL games, 235 goals, 292 assists, 527 points. Plus, he was the all-time playoff scoring leader at the time, 62 points in 58 games, and second all-time in career points when he finished his career.
What? More than Richard? He had more playoff points than Maurice?
At the time of his retirement.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Toe Blake was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1966, and while his coaching greatness later became his own legend, the core of his legacy is the player a heart-winning scorer, a cup-winning captain, and the backbone of the punchline culture that shaped the Canadians, what the Canadians hockey is. Right. And why we still care is that, everything associated with Toe, demanding standards, intensity, winning, was the same as a player and as a coach. As you put it, it's the way I am. It's the only way I know how to get there.
Born leader.
Born leader.
Seems like a pretty impressive guy.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a beer with him, or
Sure.
could have at one point. But
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Mhm.
Let's take a look at Toe Blake's hobby market. His rookie card is in the 1937 O-Pee-Chee set, card number 160. Interesting set here.
Mm-hmm.
I like the random purple silhouette in the background.
Yeah, the
It's
shadow.
We're looking at a PSA 7 on YouTube. It is the highest selling copy that sold for $5,289 in May of 2023. There's two versions of this card. There's a blue border and a purple border, and I believe this is the purple variety. The next
Don't
card
ask
we'll look
me.
at is from the 1940 O-Pee-Chee V302-1 set. I think these are still cards, but they're oversized.
that is a card, right? It's not drawn. It's a photograph.
It's a photo, but it's pretty big, as you can tell by the
Slab.
slab. Yeah.
Look how tiny the.
Your wiener is.
Touche.
Sorry.
Sure, that's where
Okay.
I was going.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
so dumb.
Those are little boys with wiener jokes. It's funny and fart jokes.
The PSA 5 we are staring at is the highest seller. It sold for $290 in March of 2025. So pretty cheap on these ones. And then again, because of World War II and that hockey card production stopped until 1951, that's really it for Toe Blake playing days cards. He does have a few cards though from his coaching career, and most notably, I would say, would be the 1955 Parkhurst set. The highest seller is the Quaker Oats variation, which sold PSA 6 is sold for $1,250 in November of 2024. And that, boys, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Hector Toe Blake.
Nice.
Nice.
Hector of a guy, man. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Slab Sharks, the Gongshow partner sponsor. We, of course, are thankful for their support of our show. Get your submissions in for the first Slab Sharks auction that will kick off the new year. That starts on January 8th. There's still time, but hurry up. Send them in. It is going to be a total banger. I cannot wait.
That's so long from now. I have so many cards.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway.
patience, grasshopper.
Yeah.
There definitely is still time to get it done. If you're an American collector, we'll send your cards in today and we'll get them into the auction for you. You just send them to the Gong Show and then Baba Louie
Canoes it
straps on
over.
his canoe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's amazing.
Gets it done. There's no worries about shipping internationally, no expense, no pain, no hassle. And of course, the Slab Sharks weekly auction is the biggest hockey auction there is. Every week, thousands and thousands of bangers are available to bid on. How many cards do you think will be in the first auction?
More
20.
than 450, that's for sure.
22,000.
No,
Yeah.
I say
Over-
11,
Over
11,
10. Over 10.
11.5, yeah.
They've
I'm
been over
talking
10 this
like
fall.
just hockey.
Total cards.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to say 20,000. I think you're right. 20,000.
Yeah.
20,000.
Easily
20
over
large.
20.
Holy moly.
I would
Well, I
bring
was-
some up in my suitcase, but it's going to be filled with my snow jacket.
Better
and-
bring
Yo,
some.
don't leave any cards with me. I don't want any of that
No,
responsibility.
when I go to
Okay, okay.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You can do that, Dave, if you want. That works.
I'll bring some up. Just got to figure out where to put them. I'll put them in my mittens. There we go.
There
Dude,
you
do
go.
not bring mittens into my home, okay? I have
I'm only going to call them mittens from now on. Just to
I'll
piss
teach you how to
people
use
off.
He's
a
going to have
snowblower.
strings that connect them so that they don't
Yeah,
get
they
lost
go
in his
around my
jacket.
neck, so I can't lose them. I just
Hey, have you ever played outdoor? Like, have you played shinny in like minus 15, 20? Or you don't know what that means?
I
have you
have
played-
never
have
done
you played-
anything. Well, that's not true. I have been in negative 30 before.
But did you play hockey in it?
No, it was when I was on my Mormon mission. And
Okay, yeah, I don't care.
We were knocking
Listen, when you
doors.
come here,
We would, knock doors and they crack the door open and be like, "Can we come in? We're freezing."
hey, I knocked on doors too, dude. I don't need the trauma resurface for both of us here. Okay, listen.
Mhm.
When you come up here, though, we should go to the outdoor rink and we should play and see if what you think.
I will bring my skates.
Yeah.
since Josh won't let me bring my skates to Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm already going to, when we go to the Team Canada game for the World Juniors, and it's at Mariucci Arena, I'm going to find the furthest parking lot I can, because it's going to be like -4.
Torture me.
And I'm going to record all the swear words Dave says on the way into the.
Dave's like, is this supposed to get hard and crusty underneath your nostrils? I don't understand what's happening right now. I can't breathe. It hurts. It's like icicles. You're like, yeah, just lean into it, man. Just wipe them.
Well, I told them the Minnesota thing to do is to swear all the way into the arena, and then in between swear words say, "Why do we live here again?"
Yeah, that's the same up here too. Yeah.
He
Except
said we were going to boil water and then throw it, and it just like evaporates.
Turns to snow.
that it has to be very cold for that. I don't think it'll be that cold when you come here. Maybe,
find out.
probably not.
We'll find out.
And if Josh is driving you to that game at Mariucci, he's not kidding. By the time you get there riding with him, you're going to be in the last parking lot somewhere anyway.
Oh,
so.
stop!
He's a cautious driver.
Driving
I want
Miss
to keep Dave
Madigan.
safe. There.
That's
Driving
right. I want to make it to the game.
Driving
if
Miss Davy.
The third intermission.
It's California, Dave, to you, Louie. Okay. Really pumped about this next segment. It's a new year, of course. Every year in the hobby seems crazy since the whole pandemic thing. But let's hope for crazy fun and good in 2026. So on today's show, which is now becoming a tradition around here, first of all, we've been around long enough to have traditions. That's kind of
Very cool.
crazy to me.
We're building a culture. We have a culture here. Yeah.
Our tradition is to do some hobby predictions. So before we get into 2026, here was the episode last year for 2025. How did we do on our thumbnail for predicting?
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't get it. What are we looking at?
So
Well,
that's
look at the two
thumbnail
players
from a
and the
year
thumbnail
ago.
from last year.
That's
Okay,
last
so we
year's.
got his goals and celebrating he's playing well.
Yeah, so
What, you think we're smart because we predicted that? Didn't
No,
everyone?
I think we're lucky as heck
Yeah.
that we
Oh, okay.
put the two right people on the. You might have Sid in the background if you could go and do revisionist history, but
I don't
So-
feel superior in any way, shape, or form for
you
this.
shouldn't.
picture.
You shouldn't.
I don't.
no.
Yeah, you shouldn't. So for 2026, I came up with 11 survey questions / predictions for the hobby. We did one of our Instagram story polls, and we had really good response, about 4,000 total votes on
Holy
our
shit.
questions. So
That's
we're
a
gonna
lot.
run through them. And we're gonna give you guys can, Dave and Phil, you guys can guess because you probably haven't seen the answers. So there's our hobby poll. Well, Happy New Year, hobby poll. Happy New Year. And then we'll maybe sprinkle in some of our own opinions as well. So the first one is more of a survey question, not a prediction, but I was curious about folks' hobby activity. And basically, will your hobby activity in 2026, will you be more active, the same, or less active? What do you guys think people, how do you think people responded?
More active. I mean,
I
I
think
think
this
if they're watching the show and they're engaged, then they're most likely going to be more active.
I think it's a trick question because there's a lot of angst and anger and screw the man we're going on right now. So I think people will think there'll be less activity, but I also think a big swing and a miss of a lot of folks these days is they are not understanding human nature, the fundamentals of human nature. And I think the real answer, hobby activity will increase, but I think people voted that it will decrease. It's a smart answer if you can follow along.
Can't.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense, eh?
The answer's on the board. The survey says
Oh, not
No.
smart.
Not smart. Big dumb
44%
We were-
said that their hobby activity will remain the same. That's probably what you'd expect. 39% said increase, and only 17% said they plan to decrease their hobby activity. So maybe they're disillusioned.
To be
Right now.
fair, we were both wrong, Phil.
I'd like to take my answer back. I was dead wrong. Yeah. It's okay.
Should we start
You
the
get
show
used to
over
it.
again? Welcome back to episode 300. Okay.
I'm going to say remains the same.
All right.
I
Here's
didn't know
the
that
next
was an option. Josh didn't present that to us, did he?
Yes,
one. I did. Yeah. You just didn't
Yeah,
listen.
whatever.
What will your primary buying focus be in 2026? Singles, wax, collections, or buying into breaks?
Can you define the singles part? Card singles or
cards.
singles?
Just
Yeah, like how do you
buying
plan to spend your money in the hobby? Buying singles,
Okay,
buying
not
wax,
like
collections,
mail
or
order
break.
bride single. Got it.
No,
You're married.
Just asking.
in the U.S.
Exploring options. Exploring options.
Yes.
I can look at
What
the
do you got?
menu. I'm not ordering.
Fair enough.
Dave,
Well,
do you have a
definitely.
prediction how people plan to spend their money in 2026?
Singles and breaks.
Yeah,
That's me.
mine is singles. I think the hobby is going to go with singles too. I think that's the answer everybody wants to say. Maybe it'll be more on like wax and breaks, but
Don't look
I'm gonna
too
go with
deep
single.
into it.
Oh, okay. Here's what the survey said.
oh wow,
81% of
Wow.
respondents
Not
said
even
they plan to
close.
spend their money on singles, and it was pretty much a horse apiece for the rest of them. So 7% wax, 6% breaking, and 5% collection.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Good luck, everybody.
yes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the focus. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to
We'll still be
see-
dumb and buy all the wax.
We'll
and be
see
like,
how
it
why
is.
didn't I just buy the
Yeah.
card?
At the end of the year, that actually shows what everybody did. I don't know how you would figure that out, but that would be interesting.
I agree. It would probably be pretty different, but
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your collecting focus going to be in 2026? So I gave two options here: either to expand your personal collection, meaning like to add players, or to hone it in. So do you want to
Dave.
widen your net or get more precise with how you go about the hobby? What do you guys think how do you think people responded?
Oh, hone it in. Yeah, tighten it up for sure. I mean, like, again, in theory, right?
I think it's going to be pretty close. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to say expand.
What's your problem, man? You gotta fight me all
Just
the time.
barely though, like a 52-48 kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
Nostradamus here.
Yeah.
All right. What did the hobby say, Louis?
Oh, come
You
on.
nailed it, Dave. California Dave for the
Yeah,
win.
but I was wrong. I was on the wrong side of it. Dang it. It was close though.
Phil, you're technically right. So you can take that little victory.
I think Dave was more right than me.
So that was, by and large, more the survey questions. Now we'll get into, I think, more the prediction focus. In 2026, sports cards will continue to grow, be flat, or retract or correct.
I'd like a fourth option in there and say continue to change the playing field. I pick D. I think our hobby is changing, and that's why a lot of people are getting upset.
You were always picking the D.
Always picking the D. I like it. Yeah.
Likes the lowercase d.
That's right.
I'm going
Too
to
big.
say continues to grow, but just barely, like a smidgen over stays the same.
Let's see how the people voted.
Oh,
A
wow.
lot of optimism.
Landslide.
62% said the hobby will continue to grow. 21% thinks it'll correct or retract. And then 17% said status quo, that the hobby market will be flat. Sports cards, we're talking here. Now let's get a little more granular with this next one. Let's talk about the hockey hobby specifically. So in 2026, hockey collecting will be A, more prominent, about the same, or less prominent.
I think more prominent. I think with the excitement with like the Shield and the big card market, I think that's going to continue. So
More
gonna go-
prominent Olympics are going to boost it.
Okay. All right, well, let's see what the hobby says.
Yeah.
50, pretty much half and half. 50% said more prominent, 45% said about the same, and 5% said less prominent. So overall, a lot of positivity for the growth of our little hockey niche. Next one. Will Pokemon continue to outpace sports cards in 2026?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
I think yes. I think that just the put. I think the. I mean, I think Pokemon is detracting, but I still think it'll outpace. I think it's just so massive.
I think it's
Worldwide.
following its cycle. It's following its cycle. It'll never go away, but it's not gonna come out like a wrecking ball.
Well, let's see what the voters said.
Oh, come on.
2/3 majority 67% said yes, that in 2026, Pokemon will continue to outpace sports cards, while 33% said no. Next question. The company that will dominate hobby headlines in 2026. There's 4 choices. Fanatics, Collectors/PSA, Upper Deck, or someone else.
PSA.
I say all of the above. All of the above.
Phil says tie.
Yeah, I say
Phil,
Tyler
I think
Perry.
just with how much headlines PSA is getting right now and the buyout
Recency
effect,
bias,
I
maybe?
think it's just gonna. It's what's in everybody's mind. So I'm gonna go with PSA.
Okay. Well, let's see what the poll shows. You're right, Dave. 44% said Collectors PSA will dominate hobby headlines, followed by Fanatics at 36%, Upper Deck at 13%, and then someone else at 7%. So if it was to be someone else, who would be the dark horse candidate to be?
Maybe your
eBay,
new friend.
maybe?
Kurt's Card Care. It's any one of the things in the cycle and the circle. I don't know.
Maybe.
What's
on the
your new
hamster wheel?
friend's name? Jeff.
Jeff Mullen?
The authority.
Oh, the authority.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe.
the authority.
Yeah, he could make some headway if he, really starts
Disruptor.
disrupting.
Have you checked your email, Phil, lately?
Yeah, I was texting with Jeff yesterday.
Okay, so you saw the QR
Oh,
code.
I saw it before the email, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I texted Jeff Merry Christmas there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He made Phil the
Aw.
QR code he asked for on the show last week, and so that was a very
Oh, that's
sweet
cool.
gesture. There.
Yeah.
Little Christmas present.
Haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Next question. A hockey card will publicly sell for $1 million or more in 2026. This is a yes or no.
Yes.
I want to say yes. I personally think it's going to be no, unless like one of the Gretzky PSA 10s. I don't see another card that will sell for $1 million.
Something
Does
crazy.
it
will happen.
surprise you that we're on like 4 years since one of those has gone up for sale?
Yeah, rich are
Right.
getting richer, man.
Yeah,
People's bank accounts are fatter than ever. So I'm
gonna say no. I don't know if that's how the hobby voted, but I'm gonna personally say I don't think it's gonna happen.
I want to say, my heart wants to say yes.
I
So I'm
know.
going to go with my
That's-
heart.
I want it to be a yes.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I want to see a card go for $1 million. That's not a Gretzky PSA 10
Okay.
rookie.
What
card.
would it be
I wanna
though?
see it.
What card would hit that?
I don't know.
I don't know, Marco.
Crosby rookie shield or something like that. Something of major significance. That's the
We've
only
seen
thing
one
I
of
can-
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
What do you think, Baba Louie? What's your personal opinion on this? Do you think it'll happen?
Why not? Everything
All
else
right.
is.
Well, let's see what the hobby said. 54% say yes, 46% say zero. So slight majority to the yes.
I think it's a lot of people saying yes with their hearts, hoping.
3 more
'Cause I-
questions.
Besides the Gretzky, I just don't see
Yeah.
one that would.
Mm-mm.
Well, maybe Upper Deck will come up with a new, completely bonkers. Well, okay. Would, at this point, what would the Celebrini Gold All-Purse Young Guns go for? I want to say like 300,000-400,000.
200,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's.
I
not
don't
a
think it's hitting
$1
$1
card.
million.
No.
Probably not.
If,
Well,
if,
who
if the
knows?
question was a $500,000, I would say, oh yeah, definitely. I think something will hit $500,000, but $1 million's, I mean, that's a whole nother territory.
I don't think a card's hit $500,000 in 4 years either.
Well,
since
that's
the
what I'm
Gretzky-
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like going from whatever the biggest sale that McDavid sold
McDavid.
for the 400 or whatever. So
Didn't
Going
Jeremy
from
buy a card that was
that to
Oh, that was a baseball card though.
that was a baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, baseball.
I think it was 150 grand too.
Mhm.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, a
Not
little
that
different.
that's
Yeah, it
anything to
wasn't-
sneeze at, but
Well, I don't know. There was like 10 videos about it, so I just assumed it was $1 million card.
okay. 3 more questions left. Gavin McKenna hype in 2026 will be huge, average, or nothing special.
Huge.
Huge.
Huge. Huge.
All right, let's see
People
what the
just
hobby
love
says.
that new shiny thing, so I think it's going to be huge. Oh,
57% said average, 34% said huge. So again, overall, way
people are
more
lying to
positivity
themselves.
than negativity, and 9% said nothing special. So that surprised me a little bit. I would have thought,
The hobby loves to, like, come on, man. Like, we were, look at during COVID, we're all like, oh, Mason McTavish, he's going to be the next Bobby Orr for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're pulling at
Revisit
straws.
this question like when his Young Guns comes out.
We're pulling at
let's
straws
really
so
see.
hard every year to find the next Gretzky,
That's what I'm
Crosby,
saying.
Makar. Doesn't matter. They fill the void. Like Porter Martone could fill the void if he was only one of the few prospects. We would build him up way bigger than he would. But there's such a big crop coming in. That's why I think Gavin McKenna will be a big hype, because it's not the biggest crop. A lot of the good players on Team Canada and the junior teams have already been drafted. This kid hasn't been, so I think it'll be big.
well, let's see if this next question provides a little context to this question. The biggest under 25 hobby chase in 2026. There's 4 options: Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard, Gavin McKenna, or someone else.
Celebrini.
That's a dirty question.
I still say it's Celebrini. I think everyone's just
Gugu for Gaga for Macklin
Google
Celebrini.
for Gaga. Yep.
I don't want to answer this question.
No, you
I'm
have
not
to. It's
putting
a
it
law.
up till you do.
I'd say
12
somebody
hours.
else. I say somebody else or Gavin McKenna, because the hype is not gone, but the big brunt of it, like the big middle beefy part of the prospecting is, I think, completed.
For Celebrini and Bedard. What you're
Yeah,
saying?
like it's not completed, but the table has been set.
All right,
you know,
well, let's
The
see.
meal is being eaten now. The table hasn't been set for McKenna or someone else.
A landslide.
That doesn't mean they're right. That doesn't mean they're right. That means the hobby's stupid.
This
Guess
blew
they're
me
all
away.
they're all eating at that table.
Well, enjoy your craft dinner.
82% of people said Macklin Celebrini, followed by 8% to Connor Bedard, 6% to someone else, and last was Gavin McKenna at 4%.
He's just the golden. Listen, I'm right on that bandwagon. He's the golden boy of Canada right now,
Mhm.
and that's all it
Macklin,
is.
you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
It went from like, I'm not just going to say Celebrini hype was at 0 a couple months ago, but it went from like 12 to 1,000 really fast in this hobby.
It did.
I'm more on Bedard. Like, I'm more rooting. This makes me just root for Bedard more. It really
I
does.
love
I don't know
Macklin
why.
Celebrini.
I have no idea, but not that Bedard's an underdog in any way, shape, or form, but I think I've watched Bedard play more than Celebrini. I mean, the kid's amazing. They're such different players. Crosby Ovechkin thing going on right now. We all win. We all win here.
You know what?
A
This
big
tells
factor on
me-
Celebrini. Oh, sorry, Dave. I just want to really quickly though. A big thing that's going to hurt Celebrini, and Louis and I know this firsthand. When the Wild were, what division were we in before? Where we played all, we were like all with West Coast teams.
Yeah, what did they call that?
The big problem with Macklin, Phil, is that his games start at like midnight for you, and that becomes an issue when players are on the West Coast and getting exposure.
Not good for his hobby, but I mean, he's a Canadian boy.
Dave, you had a comment?
Oh yeah, I was just going to tell Phil I'm 82% smart and he's only 6.
All right.
Well, you're being very generous in the new year to Phil.
I'll go cut a tree down, go paint a parking lot. We'll
Last
reconvene tomorrow.
question. Last prediction. What will the hobby impact of the Winter Olympics be? Will it have a huge impact, somewhat of an impact, or no impact at all?
I say somewhat.
I think huge quickly, and then it'll go away quick. Yeah. I'm kind of annoyed. It's ruining the luster of the great NHL season. It's really ticking me off. It's just
Really?
a big
I'm
curveball.
excited.
I'm excited too. I get it. Listen, once it's going on, I'll be jacked up. But it's, come on, man. The Stanley Cup, that's more important than the gold medal. I'm sorry, it is. It just is.
Hey, Dave, really quick sidebar. This is totally, but been meaning to ask you this for a couple of days. Should we be financially irresponsible and go? We have to go buy some Canada swag when we go and rep Canada, right? like maybe some like big like furry caps or something like that. You know,
For sure.
the
Yeah.
Russian babushka hats with the maple leaf on them.
That doesn't make. Why would we have Russian babushka hats?
I'm sure you do.
We have Canadian hats. They're called toques.
Nah, I don't like that one.
No, that's a beanie.
Oh, they don't fit your fat heads. That's why.
A
American
huge head.
Maybe
swollen
I'll
head.
buy some Canadian mittens.
Listen, we have great mittens here. I'm just saying, there's better things to buy.
I want the ones without fingers so I can just walk around like this.
Yeah. Choppers.
That's what a mitten is. There's no fingers. The thumb.
Okay,
Is the thumb a
what did the
finger?
hobbies say, Louis? The
What?
impact of the Olympics.
Oh,
What did the
I was
forgot my
totally. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are we doing?
occasionally we have to keep on track around here.
Well, this is what they said.
Oh, wow. I was
Big
wrong.
impact, 46%, somewhat impactful, 40%, and no impact, just 14%. So there's your Gong Show style hobby survey and predictions for 2026.
Okay. Well, we'll see if it happens. Oh, I can't wait for next year to be like, look at the picture, guys. Our hobby predictions came true.
Mm-hmm.
Dorks.
Hobby
Okay, someone, let's go. Come on.
Hold on, I wasn't ready for hobby news yet. There, now I am. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Not a lot. Well, we're doing this in advance, and this is more about looking forward. So I did come up with one story, I guess, and try to look up like what are some big, well, you guys will tell me, are these big or not so big of a deal milestones that can be reached in the calendar year 2026. So we're not going by seasons, which bridge 2 years, but what can happen in actually 2026. And so I've got a number of players and milestones that they're on the doorstep of, and we'll just roll through those quickly. So the first one is Sidney Crosby, who needs 20 assists to get to 1,100. He needs 75 points to get to 1,800 points. And he's 5 goals away from 650 currently. Going back to the points, though, he's 31 points from passing Steve Yzerman, who currently sits at number 7 all time. And he's 47 points behind Marcel Dion for number 6 all time, and 74 points behind Ron Francis for the 5th place all time. So a year from now, if he scores 75 points in this calendar year, he could be the 5th all-time highest scoring leader in NHL history.
Yeah. How is he not the greatest hockey player of all time? Come on. What did he just recently? He's the only player. I'm going to screw this up. He's the only player for 20 seasons to have a point per game average. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. That. How are you not the greatest? Okay. Yeah. Gretzky. Blah blah blah. But that's it. You can't even fathom that. That's what a stud, man. What a guy.
Consistency.
King
Even as
Penguin.
old.
He's the King Penguin. The Penguin King.
Anyone else a huge fan of these yellow?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why I
Penguins
put this
uniforms?
picture up.
Thank you, Louis.
Yes, I
awesome.
love them. They're awesome.
That's Phil's color.
So
That is
are
canary
these
yellow,
all
baby.
significant? Are they enough? Like if he achieves all these, which I would assume he would, and it's no big deal for Crosby.
Will.
Will that? Do you think a year from now he gets to 5th all time in the scoring list, 1,800 plus points, that he is regarded as that it levels him up even more? Or is that even possible at this point?
Absolutely.
Yes. Solidifies, I believe, would be the term I would use. Solidifies, stamps it, takes him out of the top 10 of all time to the top 5 immediately.
Yeah.
All right.
So bold statement, but sticking to it.
Alexander Ovechkin is 46 points shy of 1,700. I put a note in here that he would need to play next season, the first half of it, to probably get there. I don't see him getting 46 points in the back half of the 25-26 season. And I think that's maybe a little bit of a question mark at this point. Will he decide to retire at the end of the year or not? But would that be significant for you guys for him to get to 1,700 points?
I think
Doesn't
he's
really
already-
matter.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. I think with him, you're never going to think about points. You're going to think about his goal
Goals.
scoring.
Yeah, good point. I agree with Dave.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
I think whether he hits 1,700 or not isn't going to do anything different. I think he's already solidified himself
Yeah.
of what he is.
The big one would be 1,000 goals, but it's tough to. He would have to play
Yeah.
probably 3 more years at this point,
Correct.
and I don't. know if he wants to do that.
Well, I don't know. Subway and fire Cheetos or whatever they are.
Chicken
seem to be doing
Alfredo.
The trick.
Coca-Cola, baby.
Next one's kind of a big one, and it's not a name that is super obvious, but Steven Stamkos is 3 goals away from 600.
It'll take him 2 years though, the way he's playing.
I think he's
actually been
a
on
little bit of a heater
fire the
lately,
last
so.
couple of weeks.
Western Conference.
He's got like 11 points in his last 6 games played, and he had a full 4-goal game, like a
Overtime winner against the Wild.
Well, why don't you marry him then? All right, fine. He's
I'm
playing
just
great.
saying, you know, he's been dumped on a lot this season, but he's playing good right now.
Yeah.
In my opinion, though, 600 goals is a big deal.
Yeah, of course. At 500, you break the 500 goal barrier, you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think immediately.
Yeah, and then the 600 just notches you up a level. So that's I think, a big feather in his cap for his career. It probably won't have much impact on his hobby market, but
No.
still cool.
Perfectly transitions though into this next guy.
Yeah, Patrick Kane, 2 goals shy of 500. Needs, he's sort of
wow.
limping.
Good
there,
for him.
But for an American player to get to 500 is a really, really big deal, I believe.
Because you guys aren't as good as the Canadians. Is that why?
We're assist machines to you Canadians.
Yeah, historically, no. You guys. Oh, sorry, Louis. But
It's fine.
Hockey's been your sport. We acknowledge that. We're just going to take it from you and never give it back.
We're just going to take it from you. Oh, the colonial suppressors.
We're going to annex hockey from Canada.
We're going to annex hockey. That's it.
Next one is Connie McDavid. Needs 51 points to get to 1,200. Well, that'll be a lock.
It'll be in
Only 16 goals to get to 400 goals. And needs 1 Stanley Cup to get to 1.
That's the shots fired.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. How many goals do you think? Like, man, he could get 700 goals pretty, within 7 years?
Yeah. I mean, it depends how long he wants to play, but he's still in his 20s. So
He could smoke Ovechkin, man. He could smoke him. We're going to smoke him out.
Well,
I don't. He hasn't scored enough though in the last. I mean, his points are ridiculous, but he's been more the playmaker setup guy.
Yeah, because
Just
he's
a
only
year,
scoring
though.
like 25 goals a year, but he's getting like 100 assists on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Evgeny Malkin needs 25 points to get to 1,400. And I just want to give a note. Only 22 players in NHL history have ever got to 1,400 points. So I don't think it does anything for his hobby market, but he's just had such a lackluster final few years that I think it's diminished how good he was 10 years ago.
He's consistent. He's a professional hockey player. He's got the skill. I think he'd be a great player to collect. If someone was a big Penguins fan, I think Malkin would have been a great player to collect. He's one of those players who, in 20, 30, 40 years, people will still know who Evgeny Malkin is. And his card, you could get some really nice cards for a good, appropriate price. So I always look for these kinds of guys, like I think Cole Caulfield right now or Nick Suzuki would be great picks because everyone's going after Demidov, things like that,
Or Kucherov.
Yeah, there you go.
Cooch.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamie Benn is 30 points away from 1,000 career points, and Corey Perry's 50 points away from 1,000. So
LA
won't
King.
matter.
So weird.
That's an awesome photo, Louis.
LA
Good job.
King legend.
LA King legend, Corey Perry.
Well, at first, I didn't even have him in there, and then I'm like, well, I'll make him little because
I kind of
much
like
I
it.
like him. I mean,
He's good.
He's on my team, and I'm still struggling to like him.
Hide your mothers, Corey Perry.
yeah.
He's very unlikable. I mean, he's just got
He
that
really is.
face and attitude.
Nathan McKinnon is 3 goals away from 400. Currently sits at 397.
Why did oops, sorry, not 30 guys.
And is
Oh, yeah.
24 points away from 1,100 at 1,076. So he keeps not, step by step, rung by rung up the ladder.
Not as good as McDavid though. McDavid's a year after him and still beating him.
Yeah.
I'll fix this in post. I can see what I did right now.
Okay.
No one's noticing, Louis.
Nobody watches.
Well, some people do, just not Phil. AM34 needs 35 goals to hit to 450.
So like 4 years from now on his pace.
He
Right.
won't do it. He won't
Oh,
do it.
come on. Again, on the great uni pick there, Louis, those black Maple Leafs uniforms are pretty smoking.
Yeah,
I
those
think.
are
His
nice.
handbag keeps getting in the way. He can't put the puck in the net.
But yeah, the jerseys are pretty badass.
Yeah, I love them. Nikita Kucherov, 30 goals shy of 400 and 61 points away from 1,100.
Yep, down in the old Florida hockey Bermuda Triangle.
Very similar, obviously the same year, but very similar to McKinnon.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think Matthews is a leader of men when USA goes on the Olympics? Do you really think he's gonna lead the charge? Come on, boys. Well, he's gonna look at Brady and Matthew and like take charge? You can't be serious. You can't be serious. Scassa. Anyway.
Somebody's got to be. I mean, Brady and Matthew.
Yeah, it won't be him.
No,
You
well,
should have
what
Brady
did-
as your captain.
You know
What
what
did
would be the
Austin Matthews do to hurt you, Phil?
The
What did
best
he do to hurt you?
karma ever is if Matthews signs with the
Golden
Sens.
goal.
Oh, that'll never happen. I have a good GM. He knows winners and he knows losers.
Mm-hmm.
What if Matthews gets the golden goal and then he gets compared to Phil's boy Sid? That would be like the seventh layer of hell.
Then you all have a really awesome few years of ripping me apart.
Yeah.
I'm aware when I make big claims that I can eat a poop sandwich for a long time. I'm aware. That is what I'm willing to do. That's how strongly I believe in things. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
That's
If Austin
good.
Matthews scores the golden goal, whatever.
Hope you're hungry.
Whatever. He won't, though.
Oh,
He won't.
Okay,
He's a putt.
four more notes. This one you might care about, Phil. Eric Carlson.
Oh, I
is
love him.
7
Go
assists
Anthony.
shy of 700
Yeah.
and 4 points away from 900 career points.
He can get 1,000. Come on, Eric. Come on, Prince Eric. Yeah. Forever an Ottawa Senator.
Staying on the defenseman track, baby Bobby Orr, Cale McCarr, 29 points from 500. He's at 471 currently. Still just 27 years old. And going back to him and Carlson, only 8 defensemen in NHL history have scored 1,000 or more points.
That's it. Wow. I would have not assumed that. I thought.
How
more
old is
than that.
Makar?
27.
27. Yeah.
Okay, so who do we got? We got like Bobby Orr, Brian Leach, Ray Bork. Oh God, I'm going to sound ridiculous on here.
Oh, keep going. So you've got
I'm
3.
trying.
I've already pulled it up.
Big point D guys. Big point D guys. So you got Bork, Makar. No, Makar wouldn't count. Bobby Orr. Why am I drawing so many blanks now? Help me out here, boys. Well, Dave's not going to help me.
Well, actually, you're wrong with Bobby Orr.
Really?
Bobby Orr never scored 1,000 points.
No kidding. In his
915 points.
7 years, in his 8-year career, he didn't score 1,000 points.
Listen, though, he only played 657 games and scored 915 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ray Bork played 1,600 games. Ray Bork played almost 3 Bobby Orr careers.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, so
Well, I think one of my most hated is on there. I'm going to probably pick Phil Housley.
yep. So now you have
Son of a
3.
bitch.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 more.
Dennis Potvin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You got half.
I was going to say Al McInnes, but I just think I remember him more for his slap shots. I don't know if he got all the points.
Just say it.
You probably
Larry
should say-
Robinson. There's one. Larry Robinson.
No.
And-
958 career points.
He's not 1,000?
No.
Nicholas Lidstrom? No,
Yep.
he wouldn't have hit
Yep.
1,000,
Yep.
would he? Yeah, he did. Shit.
There's 2.5 left. You've kind of half said one.
And
I
Bale.
have said one. Phil Housley.
Al McInnes.
Al McInnes. So
Yeah,
now
he-
there's 2 left.
Give me a hint. Give me a team.
Oh, I'm gonna fill my cup up with this when I'm go on break here in a second.
Oh, Paul Coffey. God
Paul
damn.
Coffey.
That
and
is
then
embarrassing. I forgot that. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
One of the 3 Stooges names.
Oh, Larry Murphy.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Ray Bork,
Phil.
Paul Coffey, Al McInnes, Phil Housley, Larry Murphy, Nicholas Lidstrom, Denny Potvin, and Brian Leach.
Oh yes, Brian. That's the first one I said. Yeah,
That's the
he
first
always
one.
comes to mind first.
So those
yeah.
are the 8.
Wow, not Bobby Orr. That is crazy. That's wild. You just assume it, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
2 more, and they're both goalie stuff. Sergei Bobrovsky is 5 wins shy of 450. He's at 445. He needs 10 more wins to pass Cujo for the 7th most all time, and needs 15 wins to pass Henrik Lundqvist for 6th most all time.
These are crazy stats. This is great, Josh. Yeah, there's a lot of things here happening this year.
But does it surprise you, like how high in the ranks Bobrovsky is now
Yeah,
rising?
kind of.
Yes, big time. It's very eye-opening. I had no idea. Wow.
And then there's 2 goalies that should cross 350 wins in the next calendar year. So Andrei Vasilevsky needs 6 wins, and Connor Hellebuyck needs 19 wins.
I liked these guys equally, so they got half and half.
And I believe a stat I saw about Vasilevsky, I don't know if he's still on the pace, but he was the fastest goalie to reach 300 wins in NHL history.
Well, I'm not surprised, man. They came in. He was in there with that. Just the Lightning were on fire forever.
Yeah, he was by far the best goalie in the league for quite some time.
With the new year, it, of course, puts us at a natural point of reflection and looking ahead. So I thought today would be fun for us to chat out loud about some of our hobby goals, our personal hobby goals for 2026. California Dave is California dreaming about the hobby already.
That was dumb.
Great song. Mama Cass, rest in peace.
Oh,
The sandwich.
I love the mamas and papas. Well, so we're going to start with Dave. And what's your goals, aspirations, dreams, or nightmares for 2026 in the hobby?
Yeah, some of them can fall into that for sure. Okay, so my first one. Let's see what all these. Okay, I was just wondering if there was another one that made the list that I didn't have on there that someone else added on there, but we might be able to talk about that. So the first one I put is continuing my lifelong pursuit of the all-time Feature Watch auto set. So
do you want to collect all 50 cards or all real 100?
Yes, I thought there was only 50 until Phil reminded me there was 100. And
me of all people,
I'm like, because I was like, I'm doing pretty good. I got quite a few. I must be getting close. And then Phil's like, there's 100 cards, not 50. I was like, that's why I was doing so well, because
very rare I get to correct someone about accuracy in our hobby.
50% of the way to 50% of the goal.
You're getting
which is 25.
I got a long ways to go, and some of those big boy cards are very expensive. So this is kind of my focus. I thought I usually go ham when I go after a set. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the crossed up, I get them all real quick or, whatever. So this one, I realize it's going to be very pricey and it's going to take a lot of time. And I don't want to spend the money all at once. So I think my focus is I'm going to try to collect all the 99s and then maybe add one big 49 per year. And so that's kind of the
more
way
expensive though. That's the problem you face is that you're right. It would be a major investment to get it all at once, but the longer it takes, the pricier it gets.
And more special it is. And Dave, we can help you. Like that's not a set, like eyes gravitate towards that card. So let's say you need a Doug Wilson auto. And you're like, I can't believe this is so difficult to find. Like, one of us get out there. The good listener will find a Doug Wilson. It's a very recognizable card. It shows, and I think you might be the first one. Has anyone finished the set yet? I think we would know, right? Like,
I'm sure there's people who have finished the set. And now that like Sid Wink is mostly done, then I can stop battling against him, and I can he'll leave me the scraps.
How many of the big ones do you actually have? Like the 5 top ones?
Sakic.
Okay.
That's it. So
and
I
don't know if he's in the top 5.
No, he's not in the top 5. He's one of the ones out of 49, but I pulled that one, so I didn't have to pay.
You pulled a Sakic? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
well,
cool.
You did.
I pulled a
don't even
Lindros.
say I didn't have to pay. You probably paid $12,000 for that card.
Well, yeah,
before the
I
box
did
is-
buy like 5 boxes, so But I mean, back then you could buy a box for $200. So
it's funny how Hobby Logic works sometimes, huh? It's like, I didn't pay anything for
pay
this.
anything for this one except for the 8 boxes I bought.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you the tough one for me would be in completing the set?
The Gretzky.
Well, I know because the Gretzky is worth it. I would have a really hard time forking
what
over
you're
the necessary dough for the Gordie Howe because it's a sticker.
Yep.
And LaFleur, it's a sticker too.
And it's going to be a lot of money.
Yep, it is. So that's kind of like not a lifelong, but not a 2026 dream to complete the set, but to continue to pursue it. So that's how
I'm excited for you, man. I really want you to finish. You will finish it.
Yeah, I think, and when I very first took on this challenge, I was like, this very well could take me 20 years and I'm okay with that. So
when you buy your first big one, your first out of 49, that's going to put juice in your sails,
Yeah.
Juice in your batteries. Sorry, not wind in your sails. Yeah.
Exactly. And then, okay, so my next one would be to, I've started to do the box opening videos for the channel, and I'm having a lot of fun with that and collabing with my nephew Chandler on the editing portion. So I got to give him full credit for that. I've kind of give him full creativity rights to make fun of me as much as possible and to kind of lean into that. As anyone has watched, I am very terrible at pronouncing names and saying the right things. And so Chandler's leaned into that and made fun of me a lot for it. But I want to continue to make content, find my groove, find my style, because I feel like everyone I watch kind of has their own style.
I'd say you're the grooviest guy out of all of us. You're pretty groovy. You're California Dave.
Groovy. Well, yeah, but I want to find that style in the box opening videos and just kind of lean into that. And so that's kind of one of my goals for this year, is to hone that in and really find my style, and then just, continue to make
it. Just takes
content.
reps, man. It's like everything.
Yeah.
The more you do, the more comfortable you'll get. The little micro changes you'll make that'll all add up to a big thing.
Yeah. And me and Chandler have talked about certain ideas we want to add to the videos that I think will be creative and fun. And we want to make it. So here's the thing. Most of the boxes I open are going to be dud boxes, right? That's just generally how it works, especially if I'm buying one box and opening one box on the channel. There's generally not going to be a big hit. Every once in a while you'll have that, but not very often. So we want to make the video add well, I know, but for some reason
he hasn't hit a good card in any of the boxes he's opened yet.
I hit the bootleg. I hit the bootleg of Ovechkin.
Oh, that's right.
So that was really good. But all the other boxes I've opened, I really haven't hit any big cards. So
the funny thing about the bootleg though was that was release day, and nobody really got how cool or potentially special those cards were. So I didn't have like the big like had you pulled the Wayne Gretzky auto or anything like that.
I don't know. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I know you want it. Maybe we need to change this up, Dave. Just get the boxes when they come out and hold on to them. I know we want to do them on release day, but people just love watching you open boxes anyways. What we need to do is have you open them when Josh is opening, and then
I'll make the big pulls.
It's so depressing. It's not even fun. It's you laugh it up. I expect you to laugh, but it's soul crushing is the word that I would use. Yeah,
it's bad.
Which makes it so much more. When we were at your cabin and we were opening, and I was hitting big cards, pulling
another Mitch guns. I don't even want this many.
And I pulled the young gun outburst of Mitch Goff, and Josh is just like. The anger was building more and more as you just pulled worse and worse cards.
Yeah, of course.
It's so funny.
Yeah. You knew tea was done when it was like, I'm going in to make a drink. Louis, do you need a drink?
So I'm hoping that between me and Chandler, we can make better content more entertaining. We want to make it just as entertaining as possible. It's not just about the cards that I'm revealing or opening or getting, but we want to make the video from start to finish just very entertaining and worth watching. So even if the box sucks. So, and then my last thing, I know this might be surprising to most people, is consolidating my collection, which I actually have started to do. So a lot of the cards that I have put on Slab Sharks recently have been part of my PC that I've started to move from. So as I'm honing in more and more of what I really like and really want to collect, even though Phil doesn't understand it, I want to continue to go through my collection, pull out the ones that don't give me those feels like they used to in the past. Yeah. And if they're not, I've moved on from some of those cards, and then those funds go into my PayPal account and I can use them to pay for my Slab Sharks winnings. So
I actually think I understand maybe more. I've deduced something about how you collect, because it does seem random at times. I think you're more into specific cards than you are players. So like you find like a super rookies, or you find complete sticks. And what trips us up a little bit is the random players you buy and that you get excited about. It's like, look at this Matt Savoy card. It's like, huh?
Now I will say I really have stopped buying rookie cards. I do not prospect. I will buy the occasional, like maybe top 10 player, the Makar, Kucherov, McDavid, those types of players, Draisaitl,
Robert Thomas,
McKinnon, not Robert Thomas. Nope, not Robert Thomas. So I will dabble in some of those cards, but for the most part, I'm just sticking with Hall of Fame players, and then in sets that I really like clear cut. Really, the only clear cut cards I'm buying are the Alper Silver cards. I love Parkhurst patch auto cards, except for this previous set that was released. Obviously the super rookie, the exquisite patch auto. So yes, when I find
he's owning his collection, and then goes
closer
on to the only cards I'm buying and lists 40 cards times right after that. Okay, I want to get back to your prospecting thing though.
Yes,
I would love, if I could ever find a way to do this, to do a survey to two different segments of the hobby. Like let's say people that have been collecting for 5 years or less, and then for 5 years or more, and figure out the percentage that actually prospect in those two pools. I'm guessing the percentage that prospect of people that have been in the hobby 5 years or less is very high.
Yeah.
And almost nothing to people that have been in the hobby. I just think it's interesting that the longer you do this, how you tend to, for whatever reason, grow out of prospecting.
Here's my experience. My experience was when I was first in the hobby, I bought a case of like 21, 22 Upper Deck flagship. I opened it up. I took all the best young guns. I graded them. Like 70% of them came back as PSA 10s. I'm like, look at all this money I've made. This is amazing. I sat on all those cards for like 3 years, and they all tanked in value.
Sorry, not funny.
Completely tanked. Even like Kaprizov, who was selling for like $400 as a PSA 10, I held on to him because I was like, oh, this card's going to be $1,000 card someday. And of course, then I sold all of those cards, and basically I got like my grading fees back. It was really bad. And so that was when I realized, like, look, if you're going to open up flagship and you're going to grade young gun cards, it's best to sell them right hot off the press. And if you do want to collect certain players of that crop, just wait a few years until their cards go down, and then you can scoop up multiple 4 or 5 of them for the price of one. And that's what I did with Bedard, and that's what I've done with some of these new hot prospects. Now, sure, there's going to be the 1 or 2 out of 100 who go up in value, but 99% of them are going to dip. And so, that's kind of part of why I figured out, like, hey, prospecting, you may hit on 1, but you're going to miss out on 99.
Okay, so we all joke with you all the time that you don't have necessarily one hobby lane. You have about 48 hobby lanes. Do you agree with that, or do you push back on
No,
us?
I agree with that.
Okay. Do you
It's a
see that
California
ever
thing.
changing, or like does that get narrower or wider in 2026?
I would like to say it gets narrower, but in a way it gets wider. I think there are lanes that go down. So it's like, okay, I'm really hot after these sets, but then I leave some variation for, oh, this new set came out and I love it. And so then I'll maybe add a little bit of lane to that. So hone in on what I really like, but then expand. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not consolidating.
That was the most Phil answer I've ever heard from
Okay,
somebody.
wait,
not
no,
named
I got
Phil.
it. I'm consolidating my current collection to open future lanes up for other pieces. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my brain. I don't know if that makes sense for you, but
No, that's okay. You're allowed not to make sense.
Sounds like you're taking a 6-lane California highway and just making another bus lane or something.
Exactly.
Baba Louie, what are your hobby goals for 2026?
Man, I had to really think about this one, but I decided, because I kind of revamped everything last year or the year before, I can't remember now, but I'm going to still collect the way I had been with the Madonnas, the Brodeurs, North Stars, Wild Cards. I guess if I was to change it up a little bit though, and this is going to be really hard for me because I am kind of like squirrel, that's really cool, I want that.
Yep.
Is to maybe pump the brakes and go after like the bigger Brodeur, something, I don't know what, just bigger. Madonna's going to be hard for me because a lot of his bigger cards are Dallas Stars related, and I like more of the North Stars stuff. So maybe I'll try to just find more of that rare North Star stuff for him. I suppose right now there's no reason to jump off my Heischer train. So I'll just keep trying to nab stuff from him. I guess in a nutshell, bigger. Let's go big or go home kind of with these guys. See if I can do that and not buy so much of the kind of cool, which is going to be really hard because, you know, kind of cool, you still want it. I need to really finish off sets that I've started. Now I got so many, like 5 or 6, and it's not just like full sets like Parkies or something. You know, I've been playing around with star dates and net assets and just trying to finish that stuff off. Cup Quest.
Star dates are great cards. Love those cards.
Well, I actually want to make a comment about about the going bigger.
Mm-hmm.
This is just my observation, right? So you will say, like, well, we're all largely in the same boat. Like, none of us have unlimited funds for cards,
Right.
But you buy more $20 cards than any of us do. Like, you buy a lot. Like, you kind of nickel and dime your budget to death in the hobby, and if you look at the total you spent last year, I bet, and you just bought now again, do whatever you like, right? Whatever floats your boat. But you could have probably reallocated that budget and bought bigger cards and not spending more money.
Right. Yeah. Just like I said, instead of doing that, try to hold off and not like this Medallions $20 Koivu I just got in the mail today out of 100 that I didn't probably need, but
Yeah.
you know, it's that stuff. Stop doing that. If I see a card, okay, take that money and stick it somewhere, you know, and start doing
personal.
that. Well, whatever works. And you're exactly right. Then I can put it towards that bigger thing. I mean, yeah, you got me figured out to a T. It's just hard. You know, you see the card and you're like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. I love it.
We joke at Phil because of his mail days. You have mail every day. That you do, right? And so it's, again, it's not it's like however you want a hobby, more power to you. But
This just came today, Josh.
I know. There's a lot of big cards in there, buddy.
It's insane. It's so dumb. But yes, thank you for pointing that out. Maybe I'll just even think of you every time now I go to buy something for $20-$30. Damn it, Josh will get mad. I better not.
I love that. It could be
Think of
in
you.
everything you do.
You're on my shoulder. Josh, get off my shoulder. Get out of here, Josh. What? Go ahead.
Have you ever used Comp C to try to finish sets? Because I think that's a good way to go. Because you can scoop up those little inserts for pennies.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm glad you brought that up, Dave.
I'll tell you what.
I have. And I think I need to get those Comp C cards shipped to my house because I'm up to like a $200 shipping charge right now.
Oh, geez.
There's like 300 cards sitting there for me.
Oh.
So, yeah, I can get a lot of sets finished once those get to my house. That's what I've kind of been doing. So, yeah, I need to get those to the house to finish those up. But, yeah, finish my sets before I start something else. And then we'll see if I'm having fun with them. It's fun to collect them. But the problem is now I have them, and now what? They kind of go over here. But then I got to start a new one. And then that one goes away. So I don't know.
I feel like if you like set collect sets, that the joy in it is completing it. And then once it's completed, there's probably not a ton of like financial value, and they just kind of sit in boxes after that. And so you just have to really lean into that. I like the checking it off the list, right? That another one done.
I actually did put them in binders though. All my sets are in a binder.
Oh,
so
nice.
I can flip through them. And I have actually in the last month or two, I've actually gone back and flipped through a bunch of them. So, I mean,
there you go.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I give them off to somebody at some point. You know, the challenge was to get it completed. It was fun doing it. Okay, over. Move on. One other thing before I get to my last one, I want to focus more on, and then I'm always trying to improve. And I hope others can kind of tell, but I want to make this show as visually pleasing to the watchers as possible. So I keep trying to update, stay with the times. I did put a couple slides that I had in. I've used them for the last 6-8 months probably. I put them in the chat GPT to ask for some suggestions, and chat GPT said, yeah, they're good 10 years ago. I was like, oh, thanks.
That GTP is
Thanks
Jack-
for that.
Very delicate. It's like,
Right.
yeah, this is good for like a
Hey, old
6-year-old.
man.
Yeah.
So I'm still striving to make this as fun and interactive and, something visually pleasing, I guess, if you're going to sit through a 3-hour show with us. And lastly, this just kind of out to everybody, and we've talked about it on the show, this even works. This is even for me, don't let social media or even your closest friends influence the way you collect. Everybody collects differently. Everybody can collect different stuff, and just enjoy what you're doing and have fun and don't get all worked up.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, Baba Louie.
Thank you.
Philip.
Hello.
Hello.
My turn?
Yeah.
Your turn.
Here we go. All right. In no particular order. So, yeah, I'm obsessed with finding my seismic gold Crosby. I'm very upset. Well, it's good. Josh had his ready. It's in a slab, though. So Josh will never really own that card. He'll own the plastic around the card. I want to own the card at some point, and I do not want it slab. So I am willing, if I find a PSA 10, I'd probably buy it and I'll just crack it. Because, it's that special. And so I've put that out of my head and just to buy it. If anyone I find, I will buy it. So that's a big goal for me. Putting money aside for a green PMG Crosby is a big PMG, precious metals. I really want one. And I every $500, $1,000, $5.
Yeah, how much
$10.
are those? What do
I'm
those go
assuming it'll cost minimum 10,000.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So if it's under that, I'm happy. But that's the next big card I want. So I'm going to try something different with that. I got my Patrick Waugh. I got my big Patrick Waugh card, so I'm okay with that. I'd like to get more creative with hockey card videos. I know that might sound a little silly because they're already kind of somewhat creative, but I just want to lean into it, get weirder. The cards are the stars. So as long as the cards are 50% of the video, I can do anything else I want. And that kind of is my personal rule.
We'll get
So,
like a shower video this time.
Well, I was going to ask you, when I'm in Ottawa, are we both going to be in the bathtub, or how's that going to work?
No, you have your own bathroom and your own room. I love you, Dave, but there's certain things I like to do on my own. Taking a dump, that would be one of them. Taking a shower, that would be another one of them. I mean, yeah, I like some privacy sometimes. Yes.
Do you guys ever see the old Saturday Night Live? This was like from the early 90s, the love toilet, where it was like the, toilets where the husband and wife got to sit next together. Yeah, back.
Women don't poop, they make flowers. Okay. So no, they poop. Yeah. And then lastly, I'm having a great friggin' time at home organizing all my cards. I am struggling a little bit with my completed sets, but just this past year, I very casually got a Sharpie. I got a new printer. I printed labels of the sets and they just sit on my shelf. So if I want to look at, I don't know, 2008, 2009 Series 2 of Upper Deck, well, I can go to the shelf and find it now. As before, I would open every one and I wouldn't know what they were. So now I have all my completed sets labeled. Most of them. I'd say I have 80% of all my completed sets labeled, organized. And that really took a lot of anxiety off of me because I had all this crap just piled in boxes and I knew the sets were done. So now I see my accomplishments from my last 20, 30 years and I love it. And I had a great time with my printer, printing labels. You'll see, Dave, when you get here. So I'd like to keep that mindset going with even not my completed sets. Organization is very important, and I don't do well when my room isn't cleaned. If I could reference Peterson there. So when I'm organized, things get done better, and I'd like to maintain that. I get distracted in my day-to-day, especially when I'm working. I tend to not care, right? Like look at my mail day. Like that's a disaster, right? But I'm getting ready for a video I'm going to make tomorrow, and so I want to be more organized at home. Not big goals, but very attainable goals for me. Yeah.
You had one more on the list that I'm interested to talk about.
Did you put it on there?
No.
Is that the one that was on my list?
No, you said you've already decided, but very few boxes.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So last week I got kind of burned pretty good out of 2K with my Fleer Retro box. I think I have the only Fleer Retro box on the planet that only had one numbered card in it. And not that I want to, it has to be expensive or not, but I am so, the previous Fleer Retro box I got that also cost $2,000, I got a electrifying Crosby. I'm the happiest. I'm a pig in poop. I'm so happy because I got a card. The experience was great. I shared it with all you. I didn't get one card out of that box I really even like to look at. So it kind of bummed me out. And I think that was the nail in the coffin. All year I have, for Friday Nights with Phil, have bought a box and out of the box matched it. And I bought a lot of boxes I didn't want to buy. So I think that journey is over. And I've never been a huge wax guy. I'm more of a case guy. I like buying cases. I'm not really a single box guy. So if I'm going to buy a lot of cards, I think I'm just going to do the case thing like I did with Parker's Champions and my flagship.
Well, then you get the case hit, right? You're going to have dud. Dave and I last night had a full on psychological conversation about you in box opening. And we did. It was beautiful. Dave cried. I laughed. I laughed more than cried. But
that's okay.
There's no tears.
I think that, like, if I had to compare our resident wax degenerate Dave and brother Philip when it comes to opening wax, and again, this isn't a bad thing. It's just who you are. You care too much about what's in the box to open single boxes, where Dave, I think, leans into like what we say. If you're going to rip wax, you got to enjoy the experience and resign yourself to the fact that there probably won't be anything noteworthy in the box, but truly enjoy the experience of opening. And you just get too invested, I think, in having that. And with you, to your credit, it's not about value. You're not looking for a $10,000 card. You just want a card for your PC. And if you think of the odds of that happening,
which is harder, right? Which is
really
actually
rare.
a harder thing
Really
to do.
rare.
Yeah.
It's impossible. You hit a Mario Lemieux Playmakers Theater, which I hope you probably won't because you're weird, but I'd hope you'd. I love that card. That is.
I was giving it to you. No, I already said I'm going to give it to you. I don't want it.
well, I'll buy from you. But I would have been like doing cartwheels had I pulled that card out of that box, because it's one of my favorite insert sets and it's one of my favorite players, right? And you just got very lucky when you pulled the Crosby electrifying. But when it comes down to, as we know, on a single box, you get 10 to 20% of value, probably on average. And even the best cards may not be a player in particular that you're super interested in. And so it seems like for you, the best move is to buy singles.
Oh, I always have. I'm a case of Flagship. I haven't since Series 2 came out. Not the distributor's fault. Don't worry. It's our fault. Sorry,
and I will say, like, we do have some, to make a little sponsorship pitch, we do have some very good vehicles to promote. You know, your giveaway on your show is very popular of the boxes. And with Dave's video, and that is I should have mentioned it on our vision board for 2026, but we need to find a sponsor to do that, because with all the new products coming out, it gets very financially unsustainable quickly.
I can't afford. I had more money at the age of 27 than I do today as a 44-year-old man. Mind you, I was doing very different things in my profession, but the fact remains, almost 20 years ago, I had a lot more money. Even 10 years ago, I had a lot more money.
Your OnlyFans struggling or what?
Yeah, those Europeans are so cheap.
It's the fungus on his feet. It's just not having the same.
Well, the problem, Dave, is the ruble's down in most of his.
Depending on the strength of the yen, it ruins my weekend. No, Cole's all grown up. I'm good. My son, I'm very completed. My son is entering the world as a strong young man. I wouldn't mind some extra frivolous income, right? I was a little irresponsible this past year, but I had a great time doing it. So maybe a little more responsibility this coming year. And my friends aren't going to help me achieve that, so forget that.
Here's how I've added opening boxes into my hobby experience, and I'm actually very happy doing this. I basically only do it now when we're all together. Yeah, if we're at the cabin, if we're at the chateau, it's like, because then if I'm sitting at home alone, and there is an element that is nice about that, but then I am more like you, Phil, where I get really invested into hitting a big card and then disappointed after I open the box. Where if it's all us together at the chateau or at the cabin, on our cabin trip, or wherever we are at together, then it's more about just the experience and doing it together. And or at Louis' like watch parties, then it's worth the investment to buy the box to have that experience. But that's just how I've adapted. I'm very happy that way too, and it's actually made me enjoy wax more.
I have had some of the best memories of my entire life as a teenager in my 20s, 30s, and 40s opening a case of Flagship. There is personally, that is such a magical personal moment for me. It's like a guy working on his car at 2 a.m. in his garage. His family's sleeping, they're safe. For the lack of a better term, you feel like a man, which is so silly because you're opening up cards of other men's accomplishments. But hopefully you know what I mean, right? It's my thing. Like my dad used to tinker in the garage. I don't know what the hell he did, but that was his thing. Opening a case of Flagship is my thing. Like watching a hockey game with my house coat on and my hot chocolate or decaf. That's my magic.
Fun because it takes so long. You know what I mean? Like you open a box of the Cup, which costs more than a whole case of Flagship, and you're going to open the box of the Cup in like 1 minute. And the Flagship case, it's just box after box after pack after pack.
The Cup's like
enjoy it.
It's like a high class escort. You're done in 2 minutes. What a waste of money, right? You want a good, strong woman to marry and love for a long time with substance. That's Flagship, baby. Takes a long time.
I'll remind Rebecca that she has.
No.
You're like Flagship in the hobby.
Like Flagship, baby.
Phil called you mediocre.
Phil said you're nothing but Flagship to her.
Okay. Are we on to me?
Josh.
Yeah,
me.
Josh.
Hi. My name is Josh. My name is Josh. Okay. So some of this is a little repetitive, so I'll just breeze through some of it. But in general, I want to be more honed in. I think I made progress, a lot of progress actually, in 2025 in this regard. I need to have more less 2 months down the road, like why did I buy that type of purchases? I still get caught up and distracted in the moment with new releases. I am really pushing hard against that though. Like it's the shiny and new thing that gets me. I'll give you an example of where I'm proud of myself. Oh,
Bootleg.
bootleg.
So nice.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say it. I know it. Yeah.
I haven't bought any, and it's not. I get it. I'm happy about it. I'm happy for the hobby, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't. It didn't grab me like liquid gold did. And what I've realized is that if every new cool insert in my regard, because that's what I collect, of every new product that comes out, if I get swept up by it, I'll have less money to go all in on like sets like liquid gold that I really want and that are pricey now, that I really want more cards, and that cards can be amazing, cards can be awesome, cards can be cool, and I don't have to collect them. Just being way more selective in how I go about it, and just I don't even know how I would define the criteria, but just things that speak to me versus, I guess, things that don't. And so I'm going to continue to try to make progress there. Like Louis, I want less but bigger cards. Like if I could make 2 big purchases a month instead of, I'm kind of in the 10 medium purchases a month mode. Like I got out of the small stuff. But how many $100 cards or $50 cards can you have or enjoy? That's what I try to.
Well, how much money you got?
Yeah, but I don't think it's about. I don't think it's about money. It's like I don't. I think I would. I think I enjoy fewer and better, and that is going to continue to be a theme. And with that becomes being more patient.
It has to be. It has to be a theme. We're all broken. There's never been more inserts and parallels in the history of our hobby than every year.
Yeah.
So you for survival, I would think listening to your words now is important.
Yeah.
And then the last one is like if you think of like more like less theoretical goals and more tangible, I really want to acquire my best card. Like when at the year that this is my absolute favorite card and I got it in 2026. What
are the candidates?
Well, this hurts. And this is something I have to change about how I hobby is I'm not good. Like I'm sure all you guys are about, I have like no saved eBay searches, or I don't have any triggering mechanisms that tell me when a card I really want is available for auction. There was a 2012 Fleer Retro Wayne Gretzky Essential Credentials. I think it's the future, that's the pink. I always get the now and the future mixed up. It's the pink and purple one that's out of 34, I believe, that PSA 8 or 9, that's over like 2,300 US. That's kind of a grail card for me. And it was on Fanatics Weekly. I would have bought that in a heartbeat. And it kills me that I did not even know that card was up for auction.
You got to hunt. You don't have a routine? Like I every day there's at least 45 minutes of my life is occupied every day looking at every single platform for cards I want. Every day.
Same with me.
So
it's actually more like 4 times a day for like 10 minutes at a time. Okay. But same thing. Same but different.
That card I really want. A 2012 Gretzky PMG. I know there's a blue one on eBay right now that's actually a reasonable price, but I've just had my house has literally fallen apart in the past month, and there's other things going on, and I can't responsibly do it. But I would love that card. Phil, you have I'm also obsessed. I want the Ovechkin. I want to pair it with the Sid to have both of them. Like I'm really kind of now interested in, because I like both Ovi and Sid. So I think like for iconic cards, and given that they're the same rookie year class, that it would be cool to pair those cards together. And so that's something that I want to focus on. I don't have any 2008 Jambalayas, and Jambalayas have gotten really watered down, but those are the first ones. And which is kind of interesting in that I'm not a huge fan of like the 2000. I like them, but not as big of a fan, I should say, of the 2008 Essential Credentials. But those are numbered much higher. And I prefer even though they're not the first, I prefer the 2012 designs more. And I think they're actually a little bit more iconic in a weird way. But the 2008 Jambalayas are the ones that are more like hockey rink shaped with the blue and and they are ridiculously hard to find for the big players. And so maybe like to get one or two of those.
The off topic a little bit, the Essential Credentials base version in the 2012-13,
super nice.
They're almost nicer than the numbered in the color wise because it matches their hockey team. I've been picking up the base card Essential Credentials of Gretzky and Crosby in 2012-13. They are nicer than the numbered ones because the colors match better.
They're a little more clear.
A Gretzky purple, that's ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. But the Gretzky base that's black, silver, and gray, it's 10 times nicer. It's just not worth more because it's not as rare.
And you can get those for about $50. So that's a great card that you can buy if you're on a little bit lower budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the. I really though want to, and I actually last night actually during your show, Phil, I was going through and I haven't done this in 3 years. Like went through my slabs and figured out what are they worth. Because I only, not that I care about the value of my collection. Well, more, but I'm thinking though that if I'm gonna stay true to my goal and get my best card, and this is a healthy thing, I might have to sell a few cards I really like to get to. Is that I want to level up a little bit. Interesting, like a sidebar question is, if you guys did that same exercise that I did last night, do you think your collection would be worth more than you think or less than you think?
More. Yeah.
Probably about the same because when I log every card, I put a value to it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So I have like a running total, which helps.
Log a card? What? You write down what cards you buy?
Yeah. When I put it in my PC, I log it and I put a estimated value of it. And the reason why I actually do that is when my insurance policy renews every year, I want to make sure I'm covered for the cost of my collection. Gotcha. So this last year I had to up my renewal because my collection was worth more. So,
I just ballparked it for Enzo.
I mean, it's still a ballpark because it's just an estimated value, but I want to be within, 10 grand or whatever of what it's worth.
Yeah.
Like to be.
And then on the personal side, I'm going to start lifting again next year.
Lifting weights, resistance
training.
Yeah,
get ripped.
Proud of you. No reason to go heavy. Just do it nice and light. Get the reps in.
I'm not. I would rather lift 135 pounds 30 times than tear my pectoral muscle trying to bench 300 again.
Out.
It's healthier for guys our age to do to more reps, less weight.
Do you have a gym membership or a at-home gym, or what's your plan?
My son's kind of built an at-home gym here, and so I don't have a lot of time, but I have enough time to pop down in the basement. And
we all do.
I'll lift with you when I'm there.
Right.
Let's do it.
No. We all have time to take care of our bodies. You always have time to take care of your body.
You got to make time.
Yep.
Yeah. Phil, you and I have talked about this just personally. The stupidest excuse in life is I don't have time. And I worked in sales for so long. And so I dealt with this every day. And that's everyone's, what that is. Everybody has, Albert Einstein, as Phil's told me, had the same amount of minutes in a day as we do. Yeah. And so when someone says I don't have time, what they're really saying, they're not saying they don't have time, because they do. We all have the same amount. What they're saying is that's not a priority for me.
Correct.
Or their time management. Maybe it is a priority, but their time management is crap. Right? My son's figuring that out now. He was like, I can't, blah, blah, and just let him figure it out. Time management. I struggle all the time, right? Maybe you got to get rid of one thing to take care of the more important thing. You might have to do that.
Well, I guess I was more like in the sales vein, because when I would talk to our salespeople and they'd say, "Oh, he just doesn't have time to look at the agreement." It's like, that's BS. He does. What he's telling you is he doesn't. It's not on the top of his priority list. So you, as a salesperson, need to find a way to make that a priority for him, so the person will allocate the time to do it.
I feel that's a big reason traditional media is dying. My good friend Brent Wallace, he has such a bad habit on his podcast. He always goes, "I don't want to keep you. I know," and every guest is like, "Well, I'm here now." Like it's not the radio and it's not TV. And I try to tell Brent, and he goes, I know. The whole point of a podcast is so you're not in a rush. So it's more authentic. It's more natural. But every radio guy, every TV guy, they're like, oh, I know you're so busy. We'll let you go. Like that is so archaic to me. Take time, slow down, That's why old media is dying, I think, right? People want to take their time.
Anyone want to, before we move on, want to throw any other maybe personal, Phil, do you want to try to yell less at traffic next year or this year?
No, if the traffic got better, I'd yell less. Listen, when I drove in Saskatoon, I had no problems. None at all. None.
You never had to drive for more than 12 minutes.
I grew up in this town I live in. I'd shop at the same grocery store. There weren't problems here 4 or 5 years ago like this. Don't get me going, man.
Sometimes you're like a wind-up toy. You can just wind you up and let you go.
Exactly.
New product releases. Very excited today is brought to you by Total Sports Cards.
Oh, yeah. It's a new year.
Hold on.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, there we go. Total Sports.
There you go.
So we said goodbye to Mint Inc. on our last show. And again, we're very grateful for what they did for us last year. But going into 2026, we're very excited that Grant from GP Sports and Total Sports, oh gosh, just got longer, Phil,
stepped up,
is going to be our official new product sponsor and our breaking partner as well. So we're taking it to the next level. Pretty soon, Phil and Grant will probably get an apartment. It's getting that serious, people. It's getting that serious.
I'm protective of that boy. I'm protective of him, yeah.
So you still want to get your break spots with Grant from GP Sports at gpsportcards.com. But now we encourage you to get hobby boxes anywhere in Canada, whether you're in Etobicoke, I can say it.
Okay, good.
Etobicoke, and he does have a very nice shop, and or he's also an Upper Deck authorized internet retailer. So again, just so you can order hobby boxes, have them delivered to you.
Just order
at
online.
TotalSportCards.com.
Order it online. His shop is very romantic and charmful.
It's growing.
Yeah.
He's growing. He's an emerging business.
It's an emerging.
It's on the come up.
Just needs to get the job done, which it does.
Yeah.
Poor Sam. I walked in there. I was like, why does the place feel so clean? Because Sam was where he was like, yeah, I washed the floor. You need an adult in there to take care of business. I love it. Lots of people looking out for Grant.
And we're going to do some very fun things together in 2026 with Grant and team there. And there are amazing people. There's Emmanuel, who typically holds the fort down at the shop, one of Phil's really good buddies in the hobby and a fantastic person. Of course, Grant is great. And Sam Genova, one of our favorite people. So lots of amazing friends that are associated with TP. And I want to call it TP, TS and...
Toilet paper? Grant's dad too, Troy. Like the boy, you are who you surround yourself with, and sometimes
he's
you can't pick
guy.
your family. But
he's awesome.
I met Grant's brother, who is not like him. I was like, conservative, tall young man. He's like, hello,
Louis. You were raising your hand. You had something to say.
Yeah, I got a question. I've been meaning to ask it for a while, and it just popped back into my head, so I'm going to do it now. Sam Genova or Sam?
It's Geneva. It's Geneva.
Okay.
Like this.
Sorry, Sam.
Geneva.
Genovese.
Okay. Geneva. Got it.
So our last topic in our 2026 preview episode, where we're looking ahead, is I came up with 5 hopes that Upper Deck will accomplish, achieve, or implement in new products this year. And we will go through them, and then you guys can sprinkle in your agreement, disagreement, or any other things you would like to add. So these are my top 5 things I'd love to see Upper Deck do in this new year. Number 5.
Number 5. Oh, wrong button.
I want them to try tons of new stuff. Get totally weird with the bit. You got to break a lot of eggs to find something special. And I look back again, I'm sorry to be redundant, but Liquid Gold is as weird as a card can come. And I'm not saying it's everyone's favorite, but for me, it's my favorite card of the year. You're going to have some flops. You're going to have hundo peas and cheddars and things that people chuckle at a little bit, but you're also going to have, when you swing big, you hit big wins too. And so I would love to see them continue to push the boundaries in that regard, and especially on insert rich sets, like really new, and that could be new themes, different ways to go about the checklist. The living set thing was kind of cool that we've seen in the past couple years, or new printing technologies, all the above.
I'm confident they are, and they will continue to do so.
Number 4 is good checklist management.
Yes.
Don't be repetitive with player names. And I get it too. I think that, so what happens like with maybe sets like Bootleg or Liquid Gold, to go back to that a little bit, Upper Deck tries lots of new stuff in a year, and of course they have no crystal ball. They don't know which cards are going to resonate the most. But when you look at like Liquid Gold, it's kind of, the checklist is all the best players. So on year 2, what do you do?
Right.
Or
Skip
Bootleg. Bootleg has all the best players too.
Yeah, maybe you skip it, and so I think that there should, if I'm thinking ahead and trying to solve this problem, I'm probably coming up with, maybe to switch it up a little bit, like 2 to 3 different strategies for new products where you have a little bit of foresight into it. Like, okay, what if this card really hits and we want to produce it again next year? How can we manage the checklist in a way that there's still exciting players? Because there were a couple, like when we did our top 5 new designs, there was one of them, and it's escaping me right now. Maybe it was Dark Matter or one of the other ones, where like there wasn't a Crosby or Ovechkin in the first one, which is like perfect, because then you can do it next year,
Anticipate.
and have some big players. And I don't know, like maybe it's how you treat rookies. But I like the idea of, especially if the design of the card isn't going to change that much. Like we really saw this with PMGs and Jambalayas, were 2 of the most iconic cards, 2 of the cards that during pandemic times went nuts in the hobby, that really got watered down and devalued, because it's like there was 3 different McDavid Jambalayas. There was the base PMG, the retro PMG, and then maybe some other PMG in some other retro. Dave, are you on mute?
Yes, he is. Can't hear him.
Can't hear you, Dave.
Sorry, I was
It's
muted.
okay.
Oh, were you talking to someone in your room, or you're on the show?
That is correct.
Oh, well, is there a controversy at home? Is everyone
Yeah,
okay?
I had to make a small announcement. So,
Oh,
Was it
so
like
if
this?
there's
Like,
any
"Shut
lip
the
readers
hell
out
up."
there, then you'll know.
I'm recording the show. Leave me alone. No.
Yeah, I think the other hard part with Upper Deck is because they put out sets, so they're already building sets out for the following year after the following year, so they have to predict whether it's going to hit. So if they're going to reserve like Ovechkin and Crosby and some other bigger names, they have to decide whether that set's going to hit kind of in advance to be able to play that out.
Well, here's an ignorant question. Why, other than the obvious, like things take time, we need to plan. When Billy says, like, listen, I'm making sets 3-4 years in advance, doesn't that seem crazy? Like, look, we make a set a year in advance. Okay, that makes sense. 3 years? 3 years? How slow do you work?
Well, even a
listen,
year, I would do my, and I'm not saying, listen,
I'm not trying to be I want to
Yeah.
make sure, Upper Deck, you're listening. I understand. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm admitting I'm ignorant. I don't understand. But
No,
that
you're not.
I do own a business. I do have vision. I do have 10 steps ahead of me in a lot of different categories that are respective to me, and I accomplish them at a very reasonable and sense of urgency way. But that is my lane that I play in and feed my family and king of my castle. That is, cards are your lane. Why does it take you 3 years, man? Like, what maybe you need more people. Maybe your processes and procedures aren't urgent enough. I don't know. I'd love to know.
Well,
Like-
you're not ignorant or nothing, because I was thinking the same thing, Phil. And I think that's a big problem, is they're putting all the good players in, like, say, Dark Matter or whatever, right out of the gate, because they don't get a chance to know if it's liked or not. They've already moved on to the next thing. They've had to. So somehow I think they have to pick certain things that you can have on the go right away, because you don't, like Josh was saying, you're putting all the chase guys in these little short print sets, and you don't know whether it's going to hit or not. Don't you want to know if it's going to be good or not? And you can kind of tease some guys.
I'm sure
and
they'd
then
want to know.
release
but-
the next.
There's so
They-
much
they-
out of
they-
their
yeah.
control though, like with
Yeah.
with the production and building the checklist and the drawings and then the manufacturing
handcuffed.
and then the printing and then all that stuff takes so much longer than we particularly anticipate. But I think, like, I don't know if shrinking the timelines a possibility, but maybe you look more outside the box as far as like, hey, it's okay if we build this set and it gets knocked out of the park. And if it does, we didn't put all the players in the checklist, but then we can build it a few years later and then add those players and it'll be fine. Or if there's, whatever, if you throw everybody good in the very first one and you knock it out of the park, then you kind of short yourself and don't leave room for that set to grow. Or you have to duplicate players. And then you're like, crap, I already bought the first one of the first year of this guy. And now there's like 3 more of that exact same card.
You can make better sets if your finger is on the pulse quicker and more recent, right? And I know obviously everyone who makes sets at Upper Decks are like, well, obviously, Phil, but we can't. I get it. I'm just saying, what I would have a meeting and say, what can we do to shave a year off the unknown? I would start the conversation that way. Like, what can we do differently? Well, if we do this, this, and this, we'll lose this, this, and this. Be like, well, that's the chances we're going to have to take. Let's do that. Let's see if it works. I don't know.
You said, is it possible? Of course it's possible. Is it feasible? I think that's more the question. I mean, if we can, if Elon Musk is working to put men on Mars, we can print hockey sets in less than a year. And we don't have all the inside information. Of course, it's way more complex than we're probably making it. But here's my understanding as to the why, or what I think my hypothesis is, that to make cards like this, it's not just a general printing company, it's specialty printing companies. From what I've gathered too, that it's not 1 or 2 companies that can do everything, that there are specialty printing companies, meaning that certain cards like Essential Credentials or other cards are only produced by a handful of printing companies. The other thing we know about like most manufacturing, and I think it applies to specialty printing companies as well, is that it's contracting, not growing, meaning there's less and less businesses. I also worked for a large magazine printing company for a while, and I know about the key to printing to make that business viable is you have to basically run 24 hours a day.
Can I ask you why? So let's say Upper Deck buys a printing place. We have to run this 24/7 or we lose money. Can you explain to me why?
Those printers are so much money.
Okay, so if it's a detracting industry, then it sounds like there's a lot of fire sales going on where big companies could swoop in and buy these companies that have these expensive machines for pennies on the dollar. Then they don't have to run them 24/7.
Think of it this way, right? If you buy a printer that costs $2 million,
okay,
and you print 10 things on it a month, the cost of that printer allocated to those 10 different things is much more of a higher percentage if you print 1,000 things on it a month, right? It's the only way to, and it's not just it's the operating and maintenance costs on those printers, is that especially print, what are they called? Like managers or whatever, or press operators. They make a lot of money, and not a lot of kids are getting into press operation too. And then there's more competition. We've heard that there's 10 billion Pokemon cards being printed a year. You have Fanatics, which is leveraging its influence. And so, and I'm sure Upper Deck's done this, but I would try to explore. I don't think that you can buy a printing company and make it Upper Decks, but what I would try to look at maybe would be, how do we invest in printing companies where we get preferential press time on those, but operate them as separate businesses so that they can make my costs lower by running more projects through those printers, lowering the cost per unit to produce cards, and then being able to deliver more value to our customers. So
Isn't that a major issue? Like a card manufacturing facilitator is running out of companies to hire to facilitate their trading cards. Wouldn't that be the number one thing they should be working on?
they might be. I don't know.
Yeah, well, secretive. I'm sure they
Sorry.
are.
Okay. The number 3 is to continue to focus products and carve, I'll call it maybe stronger identities. And this is an area where I think Upper Deck has made good progress in 2025, but I would like to see them continue. So as an example, right out of the gate, we're seeing the evolution of ice, where they're reconfiguring it a little bit. We saw things like last year, a lot of like checklist consolidation. So for instance, you don't see an Allure napkin patches anymore, or just sort of where I think for a while Upper Deck thought, well, every set needs to have jersey patches, patch autos, inserts, where it's okay for a set like Fleer Retro to not have any memorabilia.
Right.
And have it maybe be an insert set. And what I don't think they'll ever do, and I understand why, and it probably would be the wrong business choice, but would love to see a set like Allure have no autos and just amazing inserts. And I'm sure that it would be financially not a success, but what I do think a move like that would accomplish is really carving the identity of certain sets. Like, and there's some sets that have great identities. I think Metal Universe is one of them, where it's like, with Metal Universe that you're going to get PMGs, you're going to get jambalayas and some funky inserts. That sort of, with the cup, what you're going to get. SP Authentic, what you're going to get. But,
I'm going to push back a little bit on the Allure, because I feel like it does have some really cool inserts that you're going after. And even though Allure has sticker autos and the 4 of us don't collect sticker autos, that it does have a place in the hobby for the people that are just getting into it, maybe finally have enough money to buy an auto of a player that they really like, and they can get a huge discount by buying a sticker auto as opposed to an in-person.
How do you make a sticker auto look good though? Listen, if sticker autos are not going anywhere and it's just a fact of our hobby, fine, I accept it.
Well, that could be part of the honing in.
No, it looks like crap.
Make it look better. That could be part of the honing in. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Anything that has a sticker auto is such an ugly card. Like, at least trick me. Make it very difficult to know it's a sticker auto.
But see, you want to know that it's a sticker auto so you don't accidentally buy it.
No, I'm not worried about me. I'm very accountable to me. If I accidentally buy a sticker auto, there is nobody getting yelled at except me.
Okay.
And I know that's very rare, so...
I get your point, Dave, but I would argue, like, in the case of Allure, I think sticker autos on chromium cards look bad in general.
Okay.
Like,
so you're fine with sticker autos, just not in Allure.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
I'm fine for sticker. I'm accepting of sticker autos and the reason they exist. So that's how I
even buy the sticker auto case in Black Diamond because it comes out so early in the release year, and there wouldn't be time to send cards to Demidov and Matthew Schaefer and all those people a month after the season starts to get them signed. It's like, it doesn't mean that I'll collect that set, but I understand the purpose of them at that point. But there's other sets though where, and you're right, they're trying to provide autos at a lower price point, and maybe people, and I think that is a valid argument there, and it's just maybe not my collecting sensibility, but in general though, it's carving. I would love, if I'm at Upper Deck, and again, I'm not trying to, they do their jobs better than I could, but I would look at every set we produce, and I would go around to the team and say, what's the iconic card in this set? And if there isn't an iconic card, then that would be a big goal. And if you couldn't come up with one after a few years, then maybe you introduce a new set.
I agree with that. Fully agree with that.
So
I think every set should have an iconic card. Yep. you get this card in this set.
And like it.
Yeah.
Number two, I had more Legends focus sets. I don't want like a million of them, but maybe like 2 a year, and that are very well thought out. I just think that they are super cool. And I don't know, maybe if like you repeat what, like when people mention after Ingrained, like Platinum maybe having a Legend set, or Stature doing an all Legend set.
Or doing a Legend set within a set. So for instance, we've been talking about this problem where you're like, oh, Liquid Gold, you used all the most popular names. So instead of, replicating and throwing another Ovechkin or another Crosby in a Liquid Gold, throw some Legends in there. How cool would the Wayne Gretzky Liquid Gold card be?
Maybe scuff it up a little. Maybe make it more vintage.
Make it more vintage.
Yeah,
It would be very cool. What I do know though is that, and I think Jason has told me that he's really advocated for, he's trying to, and I get this perspective. He's trying not to confuse, like have certain sets be only current players and not sprinkle like I know they try their best to keep Legends out of flagship. Like they want that to be about current.
yeah,
NHL.
I like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
And to this point, Metal Universe doesn't have any, or not since 2012, I think, right? Has they had Legends cards, like any PMGs or anything like that? So maybe that's a motive there too. Another option would be like a buyback Legends auto set. I think would do amazing.
Yes,
That would
yes.
be cool.
Or a reward collectors of sets, right? Like you finish the whole flagship set somehow. I don't know, prove it or somehow, and you get it's not an e-pack achievement; it's a real life achievement, IRL.
Yeah.
Something like that. Engage with your buyers through your website and multimedia. That's what I want to talk to Jeff about, Mullen, about the Authority a lot. He talked a lot about engaging with the customers. I think Upper Deck would prosper greatly if they hit up the collectors a little bit,
And then number one, we've talked about ad nauseum, but I do think it is the most, we're not going to belabor it, but specific game used memorabilia with concrete provenance.
I don't care about this. This is Josh's thing.
I think though that and it's more about like making like truly, these are not like aspirational iconic cards I probably will never own, but I think are super important for promoting the hobby in general. You go back to like the Gretzky exquisite card that was a little bit of a miss from the potential that a card like that could have, or you're seeing it now. What was it in the MLB? Where they are putting the MLB patch on the MVPs from both leagues. They're doing gold patches. The first Ohtani card sold for $3 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why on all the major, the Hart, Art Ross, Lady Bing, Selke, why couldn't the NHL do a gold shield on that player's jersey for that year? Can you imagine that?
Whoa, no, there's your $1 million card. Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about what would it be that could do it.
The McDavid Hart Trophy Gold Shield 101.
Maybe they're trying. Maybe Jason and his team are trying, and it's the NHLPA where they're being stuffy.
So I'm sure that's the holdup. Is anything getting them to put the gold shield or some sort of patch on the jersey somewhere for like first game or anything.
Wow,
like
good
that,
old boys club in the NHL. I mean, a time old tale, right? So I could only imagine how Upper Deck is trying to deal with them with very, very white gloves. Kid gloves.
So those were my 5 wishes. Quickly, we're going to roll through. I asked Discord.
You did.
What they wanted, and I got a bunch of responses from people as far as like what they would ask Upper Deck to do or to focus on, emphasize, or change in 2026
World
releases. So base card Tom C said, you mentioned it before, but I'd love to see UD lean into connecting memorabilia to specific games. Makes it way more fun and special to me. So there you go.
Agreed, base card, Tom.
Mad Dog, our boy Evan, said, leveraging the USA Hockey license to highlight 30th anniversary of the 1996 World Cup win for the USA.
All right, settle down.
We're coming for hockey.
You're annexing my national sport, you bastards.
Eats freaking Polly. It's freaking Polly. Less sets overall, more game used memorabilia with provenance, less parallels, less leaning on leaning on retro for content. Now, here's the interesting in Discord. Beerboz gives a counterpoint to Polly. He says, I agree with all that. Honestly, I just worry that if they got rid of too many sets and make things more exclusive, it could make cards more expensive and price more of us out of the hobby. So that's a point worth mentioning there. Swifto Jr. says, no, it was the same thing. So I probably screwed up and copied it. So sorry, Swifto. I don't remember what you said, but I'm sure it was great. It was probably fantastic.
I didn't even notice it.
John, always there to bring back synergy. High Glass. So I know he loved
I
that
thought he
set.
meant Sydney. I'm like, bro, she's everywhere.
Tori, our boy, says cap parallels at 199 and shrink the checklist of rookies who played one or two games and are never heard from again. So I would be on board. I think you get to like the out of 499 and 699.
Oh
parallel.
God, nobody cares. Artifacts, $5.99, $7.99, $8.99. Like, what is this? Like garage sale? Get out of here.
There was one more that I added like 10 seconds before we started recording. But Pelly Dog mentioned not every set has to have parallels. It's a cop out. More original content inserts with tough odds, less sticker autos. So,
what if they made a set like the cup, but it's cheaper, right? Every card is numbered, but there's just way less, and it sells out in a day. It's very hard to get a box. Something like that. I don't know. Do something weird. See what happens.
Any other last wish list from you guys before we go on to personal pickups?
I think we covered it. It was good.
Right.
Looks good.
Philip, personal pickups.
Yeah. Sit down and buckle up. Here we go. Number one. All right, we go Marcel Dion, cup, chirography. I don't know. Is that a real word? Chirography? Thought it's
maybe. It's really hard to say.
Whatever. It's a Billy word. I wouldn't normally buy this card, but I think I got it for like $35. So
jeez.
I know. That's the greatest thing I ever did was pick LaFleur and Dion. Like I'm picking these monster. It's not a monster card, but this is a cup card with a beautiful autograph out of 50 for under $50. Yes, please. All day, every day. You tell me you can't hobby? Come on, man. Give me a break.
Do you think you'll add any more players to your PC next year, or are you feeling pretty full?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm very happy. I added Dion and LaFleur at the right time. I'm still collecting Jake Sanderson and Brady Tkachuk, but I'm not buying any of their auto cards. None of the new young men coming in the league am I interested in for autograph cards. I'm good.
And you dumped Ovi, so you've also consolidated your PC a little bit.
Dumped Ovi. If McDavid doesn't treat my heart a little different come this coming year or two, I might have to let go of some of his cards. But I really like his cards, so we'll see what happens there, right? We'll see what happens there. I love McDavid, I really do. So I don't think that'll happen. Next card. Yeah, we were just talking about it. The base card of the Essential Credentials. It's an amazing card. I got two of the Crosbys already. Like I was saying earlier in the podcast, it's not a good ego buy. Your ego will not be stroked or massaged with this card, but it looks nicer. It is nicer than any of the numbered Y because its color matches the uniform. So if you buy the Crosby one, it's light brown, dark beige, and clear, and it matches his uniform. The non-numbered Essential Credentials card are 90% less price, and they look better. So, I still want
to head somebody off in the comments. It is the EX 2001 base card, but it's. I agree with you, Phil. I would just call it the base Essential Credentials. I think more people get it, even though people are going to.
Oh, am I saying it wrong? Why? What should I be saying?
The Essential Credentials is the parallel of the EX 2001 base. So this would be the.
Yeah, but it's still the base. Oh, I get what you're. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I think actually the way you're putting it is better for comprehension by more.
That's
people.
what I'm saying. It. Yeah, people understand much more.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with you.
All right. Thank you. And lastly, but not leastly, a very big grail. So this, I'm very calm for buying cards for the rest of the winter for a while. Did not expect to get this for the price I did. It was around $2,000, a little bit more. What did I get it for, guys? Do you remember?
Oh, I think it was $1,950.
Okay. So
I think it was just under $2,000.
Yeah, very happy.
Canadian?
Self-explanatory.
Yeah,
Canadian. I have this in the Gretzky now. And I don't have any other future watches I'm really gunning for. The LaFleur is a sticker auto. I'm not really interested in that. If I saw it for a good price, I'd pick it up. I'm more interested in the Lafleur all-time gold. It's not autoed, but it's out of 10, and that's a very nice card. Yeah, this card speaks for itself. Brown pads, white helmet, greatest goalie in the world, my opinion. Just very happy. A very, very spendy card that's only getting more and more expensive every year.
And
a goalie stick in this one. That's kind of
hockey
weird.
stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real hockey stick. Yeah, bunch of jerks.
We're
All right,
such
so it's gonna
a-hole friends that we're like, you were so happy about that card, and it's like we're doing our best to ruin it for you.
It's okay. It's okay.
We
Tough
love
skate.
you.
Josh, you're
Baba
up.
Louie.
I got nothing hockey. Well, except for I did get mail today, but technically nothing hockey.
You've been buying micro cards that turn left really fast? Is that what you've been
And
buying?
right, left and right, really fast.
It's not NASCAR, Josh. It's F1. Ugh,
Yeah.
doesn't even know.
Oh, yeah. Monaco. I'm going to go to Monaco to...
Such a boring ass race, but cool venue.
Okay. I had
So-
one. It was from Slab Sharks. I have this card already raw. I wasn't looking for another one, but the bid was so low. It's a 2012 Fleer Retro Eric Lindros Playmakers Theater, one of my favorite sets. They're out of 100. This is a PSA 10. I got it for, I think, $75 US, which
You're a full blown grader. You are a
is.
full blown PSA fanboy.
He
You are.
is great.
Why
or
is that?
bust.
Why is that so?
No, it's not a bad thing.
Not
You just
bad.
won't admit it. You're
That's
like,
where
yeah, I
you're
don't mind
going.
a graded card. No. You much prefer. I want you to say it. I prefer my cards to be graded PSA 10s.
Yes.
You might be surprised to find out that I went through and valued my highest value 50 cards last night. Half are graded, half are raw.
Okay.
And
so
equally
did you
were-
own this card? Did you own this card before you bought this PSA 10?
Yes,
raw.
raw.
Yes.
Okay. So you like your cards PSA 10 more than raw.
No,
Yes.
you didn't listen to what I said. I had no intentions of buying this card, and I saw the bid was like $60, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It was a purchase that it was so low. I felt like, how could I not buy it? But I don't
stand by what I
mind.
said.
I don't mind cards. Well, you act like there's something wrong with that. That's the part.
No. You're projecting. There is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with liking graded cards. I will
I do
not
like
make
graded
fun
cards.
of someone for liking how they collect in their hobby.
But
No,
I like raw cards too.
you prefer PSA 10s.
I'm by collectible.
All right. It's a beautiful card. Congratulations.
Ambidextrous.
Well, Dave, do you mind graded card?
No, I don't mind graded cards. Most of what I collect are patch autos, so I don't want them graded. But if I'm buying an insert card, if it goes in my top loader binder, then I don't want it graded. But I also have a top loader binder that is for graded cards, so I don't mind either.
I think the real question is, would you agree with me that I think Josh prefers a PSA 10 over a
I think
raw
he
card?
sees value in it.
Mm-hmm.
And if
I agree.
he can pick
I
it up
agree.
for cheap, then he won't mind buying the PSA 10 because he knows in the future, if he goes to consolidate or sell something, he can make some money on it.
See,
Yeah.
I thought Josh would think of it as,
But only
I
in cards that
know.
you would collect, not
Yeah.
oh, that card sold for super cheap. I
just
pick
want
that
you
up.
to admit a little bit more that you like grading more than you show. That's what I want.
Well, what have I not admitted? There's no secretive about. I honestly am totally agnostic to the whole. Like, there's certain where I see the value in grading is you're right, from that maybe is the ego part of me, right? That where you look at like the long-term value. But when it comes to like the Crosby, I didn't buy it because it was graded. This card exists.
I would have bought it for that price. Yeah.
As it is, I bought one of my favorite purchases. Go look at my favorite purchases last year. I think half were graded, half weren't. The Gretzky Noise Boys, I can't afford as a PSA 10. I was happy to buy it raw, and I have no intention of grading. I don't grade cards. I either buy
But
them
okay,
graded.
if you found a Noise Boys PSA 10 that was, let's say, 50%, $50 less than the last comp, I think you would buy the graded 10 and you would sell the raw. That's what I think you would do.
No, I would buy the graded 10
And keep it.
keep it as an investment and sell that someday and keep the raw.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. You would do that.
I think you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you both of you are disagreeing with me the whole time. That's fine. You try to be
you just have such a
always
stick up your
have to
butt
stick to my
about
guns.
graded cards.
No, don't flip this on me. I'm very open and honest, and I have been for the past year about it. You keep trying to put the same bit on me. It's freaking annoying, man. Yeah.
Well, how is that annoying?
Oh, what bit? I cut what bit, Phil?
I don't care if people grade cards. I make fun of it. Yeah. And I wasted a lot of money on me, but I don't keep trying to put on me that like, oh, Phil hates grading. No, I don't. I don't care.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. It's not a it's not a thing. I think people get bored if they keep listening to that same thing. Yeah. Phil hates grading. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Okay, sure.
Well, again, it's a matter of like, there's no, everything in this hobby is all perceptive value.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, and no two people have the same perception. So your world and worldview when it comes to the hobby is not going to be equal to mine. And so the way I do things may never make sense to you, and the way you do things may never make sense to me, but it doesn't make them right or wrong. It's just what works for all of us.
Yeah, unique to each other.
We all collect how we collect. Don't read deep into what it is. It's your collection. It's your collection. It's his collection. His. Whatever.
And if I'm being like really honest, I probably would grade more cards, but I'm terrible at it. And I don't. And it's like going back to the ripping wax thing. Like if I sent 10 cards in to get graded, like you did with your 33 submission, and I got back one PSA 10, I would be disappointed in that. And so it's like, well, if I'm going to get a graded card, I'd rather have it be raw. But when I'm buying cards that I think have the potential, nobody knows the future. Nobody can say, oh, I'm going to spend $1,000 on this card because I know it's going to be worth $10,000 5 years from now. But if I'm buying a card that I think could have that potential, then it might make sense to buy. And there's a raw or a PSA 10. If I want the opportunity to have it go up in value, then it does make sense to me to maybe buy the PSA 10.
I just feel it's so close to subjective grading not being a thing anymore. I feel like we're this close, and I feel like all the money we're spending on certain parts of it. Are
we though? Because it's like, how are they grading 2 million cards a month if we're?
No, it's just my
talking
opinion.
about like in the future, like 5.
I'm
10
saying
years
within
from
10
now,
years. Within
might
10
not be
years,
what it's worth, relevant to what it is worth today.
Within 10 years, like I said, I'll say it again. There is and with a capital R.
There might be a big
reckoning.
Shift. Yeah,
a reckoning
where
all of it, and all it's going to take is the big company to say, listen, we have a new way of doing things, and as soon as the first big boy turns and pivots, it's over.
I totally
over.
Understand what you're failing, but I think there's a concept that you're missing out on. And it's you see it a lot like in our financial institutions in the US. It's the concept of too big to fail. Like when our housing market collapsed in 2008, the government stepped in and propped up everything because you can't afford for a total and utter, to your point, reckoning or collapse of the financial. If you think of the total hobby value in PSA 10s, and if that reckoning occurred tomorrow, the whole industry could collapse and never recover because of these amount of value lost. And so even if I do agree with you that there will be a new way, but I think that there will be a built-in manufactured transition to that doesn't allow for the utter collapse of the market because
a safety blanket.
Yeah.
So housing market sports cards, big.
Talking about markets.
No,
I'm talking about like market, like financial value, like that. The sports card market has become too big to have a utter Band-Aid rip like you're talking about that would cause the total financial collapse of the market. If the PSA 10 became worthless tomorrow, this hobby might be over.
Why?
Because how much? Think of the value of dollars that would be lost, and
doesn't
it may
matter
not be,
to me,
Louis. But you're not the entire
Louis,
hobby.
you're not the hobby. You're part of the hobby.
I know,
the whole hobby.
Well, that's fine, but you can still buy cards, right?
I think the entire hobby would collapse and never recover if that happened. because
We would 100%. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it would happen overnight. It'll happen within a year or two.
Sure.
Like if Tag did things different and were run differently, and it kind of worked, we would all be in a very different place. You might not be buying that PSA 10. That PSA 10 Lindros might be $13, right? Like, once someone figures out the black and white consistent way. So, Josh, you're saying
it's not gonna be less than a raw copy.
Dude, let's really break down what grading is. It's one human being telling another human being what their card is worth.
Sure.
It's not a governing body of 500 people looking at one thing and saying something.
Comps are a purchase telling you what the card is worth.
Yeah.
Everything.
And it could be some drunk, crazy person that resets the entire market for a card for a short time.
Yeah. Like,
but you got to take that into account. If you see cards going for like here and here, and drunk me comes in there and
situation
triples it, it's not worth that now.
Yeah.
No way.
No, I know. But look at any sort of appraisal, right? Those are, and people have appraised valuables for a very long time, right? That is an opinion as well. The quality of a diamond, while as Jeff Mullen answered, has more structure to how that's evaluated. But again, that's an opinion too. And I'm not totally disagreeing with you, Phil, by the way, either. I'm not saying that there's not validity to your point, but a counterpoint or example that I might point to is the first PSA card ever graded, the T206 Honus Wagner. Everybody knows that card is trimmed. Has that hurt the value of it? No. It's been known trimmed for 20 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know, right? Will people care or not? And why is a PSA 10 worth more than a CGC 10? I don't think anyone's making the point that they're that much better, quote unquote, at grading. It's all perceptive. Like that's the preferred.
It's mob mentality. It's whatever the most people are doing, right? That's all it is. As soon as 51% do more of something else, that's what it's going to turn to. So I'm saying a lot of people, just to circle back in a very innocent, light, soft way, I'm saying I just feel a lot of people are putting a lot of faith in something that is very subjective. And there's no doubt in my mind, big companies right now are very secretively trying to figure out an objective way to grade cards. Just like JP Morgan, crypto is the devil. Bitcoin is horrible. Who's the biggest owner of Bitcoin? Top 3, JP Morgan. They won't admit it, but they're doing it. So that's the same thing I'm talking about, man. That's all I'm saying.
I agree that we talked about it before, like that AI is inevitable, but I also agree that there is the principle of too big to fail. Here.
Gentlemen, before California Dave has to bail, let's see his personal pickup here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're done anyways. Nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. So this was actually a Christmas present from Chandler.
Nice.
So besides the Outburst auto set, I do really like the looks of these Dazzlers, Dazzler autos. And, since I'm a big fanboy of Tiger Williams, since Josh's interview with him, so he picked me up this Tiger Williams Dazzler auto, which is...
I didn't even know he had one. You got vets in the Dazzlers? That's awesome.
Cool, right?
What a beautiful
card. Beautiful card.
Beautiful.
Well, Happy New Year's, boys. Happy New Year, Hobby family. If you like the episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, you want to chat with us every day on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description, our Instagram, TikTok profile, and our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or Patreon's website, patreon.com. Search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and also YouTube. Well, you're probably watching us on YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Baba Louie, take us out.
Happy New Year, D-Gens. Bye.
It was the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in and show.